Welcome everyone to episode 31 of Rime of the Frost Maiden. I'm Samson Paul with the party here with me today. How's everybody doing?
Doing good. DD Wednesday.
D&D Wednesday, except for last Wednesday. Couldn't help it. I apologize.
It happens.
I just could not DM with that raspiness in my voice. Like, it would have been horrible. But yeah, everybody's excited to pick back up again this week, though, and continue on our travels in the tumultuous terrain of Icewind Dale, inside of this lost spire of Netheril. Let's see. Chris, go ahead and give a quick plug for the tavern if you'd like.
Yeah, of course. Tavern is a nice little Facebook community where we share tabletop memes and bond over togetherness. We did set out with a little bit of a goal to break 2,000 members by the end of Pride Month, and I am proud to say we are currently sitting at 2,100 members and above. As a result, probably sometime in July, I will be watching the 1999 cinematic classic of The Mummy for the very first time. I've never seen it, at least not that I remember. So please join the tavern, come join our little watch party whenever that happens, and partake in all sorts of contests and themed posts that we share throughout the week.
Tavern is a great little community indeed. I've enjoyed my time there, and you should too. Click on the link in the chat and join the Tavern D20, or if you are watching on YouTube, search the Tavern D20 on Facebook. Oh man, episode 31. Andy had pointed out earlier, it's a prime number, and how best commemorate the prime number 31 by subscribing with your Amazon Prime account. Just hit the button in the drop down and hit the sub button, and that goes a long way to helping us procure more art and character art when the eventual character death arrives. Or what if you quit? Yeah,
that was smooth.
Thank you.
Beautiful segue.
Definitely not forced at all. So, without further ado, we should be able to get into our recap. 2 weeks ago, on Rime of the Frost Maiden, the party had entered the lost spire of Netheril, Carcass bolting in ahead of everyone and meeting Gendrick the Blue, and having a quick conversation with them while the rest of the party remained upstairs, identifying all the magical trinkets and auras that are around and trying to keep the party together, sans Carcass. They eventually met up with Carcass downstairs, I believe, and Gendrick made his grand introduction like he usually does, and from there, some of the party had seen this individual burned at the stake at the very first episode in their introduction. This individual, I guess you would call him a simulacrum, expressed interest in trying to regain, or gain in the first place, a human form to be able to travel and live like a normal human would, and express to Silas the endeavor to eliminate his original host, but that had been disclosed that his creator had been already disposed of, or so they think. But that led to further exploration of the tower that has fallen from the sky from the Netherese society of centuries, millennia ago even. And through their explorations, they came through and found the room that they were warned about that had a basilisk living within. And the party made quick work of the basilisk with a little bit of danger involved, with some near misses or near saves on the Constitution saving throws to prevent those individuals from turning to stone. The party was able to kill Carcass, actually killed the basilisk with a swift shot to the head with his great axe, but that basilisk was resuscitated as they needed potentially a living thing to be able to perform the task inside of some ritual chamber within this spire to bring Gendrick the Blue to life. After the basilisk was handled, Lek made his way around to do some exploring and opening doors, looking into rooms, an upside-down hologram, and a dead wizard later. A wisp had come out and attacked Lek. Lek called for help as the wisp was handling him quite swiftly, and eventually the party was able to destroy the wisp, and they returned back to the room with the basilisk inside, the unconscious basilisk. And I believe the last thing that we ended on was the rest of the party telling Lek that he could pull the basilisk up the chamber, or up the slidey hole himself, if I recall correctly. Is there anything anybody would like to add to that?
It should be a fun strength check.
It should. All right. Well, without further ado, we will pick back up inside of that dining area, and the party is regrouped after the battle with the wisp, and the unconscious basilisk lays sleeping on the floor.
Would this be with Carcass, Andy, and I? Because I know we had gone ahead as I had Carcass make haste while carrying me.
Oh, you're right. He did. So Andy, Carcass, and Silas are already upstairs. So let's go with you guys then. We'll jump to you three. As you guys make haste with Carcass, you find yourselves in the upstairs room, and Gendrick, alongside his bodyguard, stand near, and they say, "What? Have you had success? I heard a bit of a commotion down there."
I would say it was a great success. They should be coming with the body any minute now, provided that they didn't die by something else. I didn't really stick around to find out.
How do you look right now, Silas, injury-wise?
I mean, I look phenomenal. I could look better, though. I still am bleeding just a little bit.
Andy's gonna slap him with a level 1 cure wounds. Not literally slap, but you know what I mean.
Slap.
Should have slapped him.
Sorry, D&D Beyond is taking forever to load for me.
That's okay. It's been a little bit slow, but I would never speak ill of D&D Beyond if you, D&D Beyond, if you're watching, would sponsor us, and it's the greatest app ever. Sponsor
So
us.
great, we love. Does anyone know what a level 1 cure wounds die is? If you want to roll it for me, that'd be cool.
It's a D8, I thought.
I'm dying to find out.
Let's see if I can roll for you here.
Yeah, I don't have access to cure wounds, or at least I didn't take it, so...
D8 plus 4, you rolled a 3, so 7.
There you go.
Wonderful. I'm one away from being fully topped off. Thank you, Adriana. That was very kind of you.
Are you still riding on Carcass's back at this point?
Absolutely.
And Gendrick says, "Oh, well, they needn't bring the basilisk up here. The chamber is actually downstairs."
Oh, then perhaps the 4 of us, or 5 of us, if you're bringing your little companion along, should go on down and save them a trek up the stairs.
And you see Gendrick kind of smirk, and he says, "Should we, though?"
I mean...
Andy looks at Gendrick with a slightly narrow-eyed expression. If they just killed that snake, then yes, we should.
No, Adriana. I, Benjamin Dover, believe that we should absolutely reward their hard work, and they shouldn't just get a, they shouldn't be let off so light. Besides, won't it be hilarious when they finally get up here and they realize we have to go back downstairs? I love it.
Andy's gonna get up and go tell them.
I apologize.
She's
That's
quite the
Adriana.
party pooper.
She's a professional wet blanket.
She also called you Silas.
Oh, yeah, it's a pet name. Like I said, we're all in a very nice polyamorous relationship, and, well, it's easier for some of us to just, develop pet names.
Ah, that makes a lot of sense, especially if there's another Benjamin in your party.
There was. We lost him very tragically, and, quite honestly, I've been trying to regain my name, and not everyone is quite ready, so you may hear them call me the wrong name several times.
I see. Well, I'm sure it's never been the same since he left.
No, it was quite devastating. Getting to hold him in my arms as he breathed his last breath, it was truly tragic.
Well, at
Anyway,
least he had comfort in his heart beating its final beat.
yes, it was great comfort. Anyway, Carcass, shall you give me a lift downstairs, and will you join us?
Yes, we could go back downstairs, I guess.
Wonderful. You did wonderfully, Carcass. I'm so very proud of you.
I do like to run very much.
Well, Gendrick, guard, let's go!
And with that, we'll go ahead and head back to the party downstairs. As you guys are sizing up this basilisk that is unconscious on the floor, you hear some footsteps coming down the tunnel as Lack is starting to try to see exactly how best to pick up this basilisk. And Andy emerges from the tunnel.
Suppose I could grab the tail.
No, you don't need to bring it upstairs. He said the chamber is on this floor.
Oh, wonderful. See, you guys actually should thank me. You would have already had the thing drug up there if not for me. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Did he say what direction this chamber would happen to be in?
Would I know that?
No.
Andy
Are there-
just shakes her head and says, no, he didn't.
Are there any other doors besides the one that goes upstairs and the one that I came out of to get my ass whooped by?
Yeah, you opened up a bunch of doors downstairs. Two, actually. No, three. The first door that you opened was a bunch of rubble. The next door that you opened, I believe, had that hologram come out of nowhere. And then the other one was like a bedroom, barracks type of room where you found the skeleton and the wisp.
And were there more doors in that hallway?
No, those are just the two.
I suppose we'll just wait for him to tell us where to drag the thing. Since you don't know, no use exerting energy unnecessarily.
Right. Is everyone else okay, healing-wise? And she's gonna look around.
I'm still a little banged up, if truth be told, from various encounters, shall we say.
Andy will do a level 1. Whoa, my spell slots are all gone. Did you mark them off as they were used last time, or?
No, I don't think we used any of your healing spells last time, unless I'm wrong.
Okay. Did I get a long rest last time? That's probably why I have all my spells like this.
You would have gotten before you guys went in.
Okay.
I don't think I don't think you guys fought anything besides the basilisk, and you weren't. I don't think you were in that fight.
Okay, then she'll use another level 1 Cure Wounds on Lek. And now that D&D Beyond is pulled up, I'll roll that, and I got a 4, so you get 8 healing.
Ah, thank you, Adriana.
Yeah, no problem.
And as Andy places her hand on Lek and heals his wounds, Carcass and Silas and Gendrick make their way down the tunnel. Gendrick looks at the basilisk and looks at the mouth of the basilisk and sees it breathing. You have done good. You have shown restraint.
Where do you want this?
Yes. Follow me. And he starts to lead the way out of the room into the hallway and into the room on the right.
Andy will help lift it.
Yes, who's going to be grabbing this thing?
I'll lift just the very, very, very tip of the tail.
Okay.
Vega will look at Lek judgingly and just shake his head and go to actually help.
All right. So could I have you two make a strength check?
And me? I said I was helping.
Yes.
That's an 8.
That's a 17 for me.
Okay. As you lift up, you're able to slide this basilisk down through the doorway. Who's grabbing it by the mouth? Or by the head region?
I was gonna go center.
Okay.
I guess.
Vega would
if,
be on the opposite side then, I guess.
Well, I guess if Lek was picking up its tail, I would probably be around the head.
Okay. Make a perception check.
That's a 9.
So that's enough, as you're able to notice that the basilisk starts to change up its breathing a little bit. It kind of moves around just subtly, like it realizes it's being moved, but it doesn't seem like there's much it can do about it.
Okay. But it doesn't seem like it's actually waking up.
No, it doesn't seem like it's awake at this point. It's still unconscious.
Okay, well, I will keep an eye for it to wake up.
All right. So, Gentrick continues to lead you guys down the hall and towards the right, and he opens up the room that has the that Lex saw earlier, and he looks back and he says, "In here, bring it here." You guys make your way down the hallway and angle this basilisk to enter through this chamber as well. And you see, for those who haven't been in this room before, which is everyone but Lek, the walls of this chamber are inscribed with interconnected runes and marred with cracks. What is now the ceiling bears a similar inscription that swirl inward, converging around a golden crystal disc 5 feet in diameter. And Gendrick looks around and he says, strange. Usually there is a message that plays once we enter this room, but it has a cooldown time. Has someone else been in here?
That would be me.
Did you understand what the thing said?
No, I didn't stick around for that long.
Were you in a rush?
I did. That was the thing that spoke Elven, right? Above table?
It was not Elven.
Oh, then, no, never mind. No, I wasn't in a rush as much as I was just kind of scouting, as it were.
I see. Well, I don't understand the language that this individual spoke. I do know it is an ancient language. Since learning that your friend here had come from a different millennia, I had high hopes that he might be able to understand it, but if my intuition were to lead me correct, I would say I don't need instructions because I am so smart. So
our old friend here only speaks the ancient language of Yeehaw, so...
yes, yeehaw. I know one yeehaw word. He says, get her done.
So I just kind of look away.
So, Gendrick looks around, and as the basilisk is being put in, he says, I think the basilisk needs to sit directly under this disc, and then, who knows? I assume I would have to stand underneath there as well. Can anyone see if there's some sort of activation mechanism?
I'll do an Arcana check.
Sure.
Can I assist on that?
Absolutely.
So, do you want us to roll separately, or for Lek to roll with advantage?
Lek can roll at advantage if you are also trained in Arcana. If not, roll separately.
Okay, so separate it is, because I only have my half proficiency for Jack of all trades, so...
Gotcha.
I got a solid 6, so you can take that to the bank.
22.
So, as Silas takes a look around, you don't see any very overt levers or anything like that. But you do start to notice, with the basilisk being slid into place underneath the disc, that some faint light starts glowing on the runes that are inscribed on the disc.
Interesting. Very interesting. Is there another little, circular part like the basilisk is laying on?
And he says, Gendrick looks to you and he says, no, this is the only disc here, but and he's remained at the doorway at this point, not venturing further, and he says, I've been here long enough, and I suspect once an illusion and something with a life spark occupy the same space, that it starts to activate on its own, but I haven't been able to try it, as he looks to Krintos, his white bodyguard, and says, he unfortunately has no life spark, and I did not wish to take on the basilisk myself.
Well, it's still breathing. You should be able to just hop on in with it, and hopefully this will all be done for you, and you'll be able to get your revenge on that bastard.
Yes, hopefully that is the case. So, with that...
Above table question real quick.
Yep.
a few of those books that I found recently, didn't one of them have something to do with this thing?
No. So that was a different device that was depicting transformations from spirit to material. So going from a living being into an inanimate object, whereas this process would be going from a living being and combining it with a illusionary object, so something that's not tangible or real, and making it real. So similar in the same vein, but different at the fundamental.
Interesting. Okay.
So, Gendrick says to everyone in the room, "If you would please stand back, and I will have my attempt into becoming real commence."
I get behind Vega.
I'm already behind Carcass, but I'll ask Carcass to just back up a little bit.
Oh, okay, and I will take a step back.
All right.
Andy will position herself next to Carcass.
Okay.
Adriana, lift that shield of yours, just to be safe.
Andy shrugs and does it.
So, Gendrick starts to take a few steps, straddling around the basilisk, and he looks up, and the room starts to emanate with a soft golden glow. The runes that had been illuminated start to grow brighter, and they start to grow brighter to where the brightness is a little hard to look at, but you can still see the silhouettes of the basilisk and the simulacrum. And soon the whole room is submerged in light. Now, I will need to roll a D100 to see the result of this. But as this NPC killed the NPC of another player in a previous party, his character, Vega, I leave that D100 roll to you.
Oh, snap. All right. I forget what it means if you get a 0 on the ones dice.
That's just a 0. You just go off of what's on the tens dice.
Just wanted to make sure before I said it then. That is a 70.
70. The light recedes. The basilisk is no longer there. You see remnants of some sort of dust sort of trickling around the individual standing there as Gendrick opens his eyes and looks. And he says, "Oh God, it's cold. What? What is this? Feeling? Is this what it means to feel?" As he looks to the
sucks,
party.
doesn't it?
"Oh, this is horrible."
Just wait. It gets so much better.
Oh. Well, I can't thank you all enough for helping me in this. And as he's about to complete his sentence, he explodes into snow.
You're welcome.
It's almost upsetting. You didn't even have a chance to experience a meeting with Rosie Palmer.
Andy just kind of jumps when he explodes and blinks a few times. What just happened?
I would like to run through the snow.
Is the bodyguard still there?
I'm gonna hop off
bodyguard
Carcass.
was left behind. Yeah, Carcass, you take a run through the snow. Do you have your mouth open and everything?
Oh, of course. Yes.
Yeah, it tastes like very
God.
fresh snow. It's very
Oh, God.
nice. Very nice and refreshing.
He tastes very good.
He tastes
Good,
like snow.
Good.
Carcass, see if you can turn him yellow.
Silas.
What? I'm curious if it works like normal snow.
Well, actually, you could make him into a snowman, and that'd be kind of funny, because he'd actually be a man who was once a man, but he's a snowman, but it's a snowman. Oh, it's a mind fuck.
Yes. We all know he wants to be a real boy.
So, is that it, I guess?
Well, I guess we're free to pillage as we desire, since he was kind of standing in our way in that account. Did we fully search the room we met him in? I feel like we probably could find more things up there, perhaps, since he's not there anymore and all.
We should probably go room by room and check every room to see what we can find.
What a novel idea, being on treasure hunt and all.
Where would you guys
Well.
like to go? There is the other door in this hallway. There is the room that you guys are standing in front of that you can look around a little bit more intensely if you wish. And then the only other room that was accessible was the dining room that you guys had fought the basilisk in. On this floor,
Well,
anyway.
I don't believe I got a complete and thorough look inside the bedroom where the will-o-wisp tried to get the best of me. Well, did get the best of me. So as long as someone goes with me, I'm going to go back there. If anyone wants it. I didn't quite finish searching this one particular room before unpleasantness occurred.
What occurred? I was upstairs.
Oh, nothing that significant. Just a little kerfuffle. Just a little one, tiny.
Eclipse, Lysander, what occurred? Oh, thank you, Vega.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't take, half the party to take it down or anything like that at all. No.
And out of curiosity, you want to return to that room?
Well, it's dead now, and
What was it?
there was a will-o-wisp defending the body of a man I was, trying to plunder. So I didn't really look in the other parts of the room. I'm probably going to avoid the body, for the record. Although if the will-o-wisp is dead...
Is it dead, or did it get bored of you?
I'm pretty sure it's dead. I think Vega can back me up on that one.
Yeah, I finished it off.
Right,
Wonderful
then
job.
nothing to worry about. Let us have another look around, especially now that we're all here. It should be much safer.
Yeah, all right.
Power of the party! Haha!
All right. You guys make your way down that short hallway, and you find the door open on the right. And as you peer inside, the bed in this room is upside down on the floor. There are just tattered and rotted blankets peeking out from underneath the disintegrating mattress. On the north wall is a tall, cracked mirror in a stone frame that merges seamlessly with the surrounding wall. And lying underneath two dirt-clogged windows is partially crumbled, rime-covered skeleton that Lek had inferred to.
I'd like to pull my dagger out and cut open the mattress to see if there's anything inside of there.
All right. What would the rest of you like to do?
I didn't hear you describe any furniture. There's no, drawers or wardrobes or anything like that? Footlocker?
No, nothing that you can see there.
Then, I don't really have any interest. There's no bookshelf, is there?
No bookshelf in this room.
Yeah, fuck this room.
Andy's just gonna stick to Vega. She's not too interested in pillaging.
Vega's interested in pillaging the right things, but mostly bookshelves.
That's why Andy's going with him.
I suppose Silas will give it a look around. Could I roll an investigation?
Sure, go ahead. And Lek, as you start to take your dagger and cut this mattress open, it really is met with no resistance as it just kind of crumbles just with a straight edge. And you see it's just filled with feathers of an owlbear.
21.
Roll a d100, Silas.
$32.
Okay. As you take a look around, you don't really see anything of note. You catch a glance of yourself in the mirror, and you don't think anything of it. And it's a cracked mirror. It's kind of what it expects to be.
Handsome devil.
Handsome devil. But otherwise, the room seems empty.
Well, there's nothing here, and I'm bored. Shall we go to the next room?
I suppose so.
All right. To loot!
To loot.
Sam, Zizix is going to just cast Detect Magic again if it's already disappeared by now.
Yep, and it would, from the battle, I believe we had you drop concentration on it, I believe. So, as you cast Detect Magic, there is something over by the bed, and it's emanating illusion magic. It's not coming from the bed, it's the area right behind it.
Can I go up and inspect it?
Sure. And as you make your way over there to take a look at it, there's nothing there, but it's magical, whatever's there.
Ah, the Emperor's new clothes. Admittedly, we were
that'll be a 13 for me.
Yeah, so
Actually, sorry, a 14.
you take a look and, really, there's literally nothing there, but you put your hand out and you feel a hard surface, and you kind of run your hands along the surface, you find the edge, and you're kind of just framing this up, with feeling it, and then you feel the nudge of a lock.
And that piqued my interest. So I will. Can I look to see if it's booby trapped?
Yeah, you would do so at disadvantage because you're just feeling this thing out, and any sort of checking for traps would be essentially doing it blindly.
That's an 11.
You don't notice any traps.
Can I attempt to pick said lock?
You can certainly try.
What's that, dexterity?
Yep, it's a dexterity check. At disadvantage because you can't see the lock.
That would be a 9.
You just can't find the tumblers to get this thing to unlock.
I'm guessing I've already left by now, correct? Since I said so.
I would assume so, unless Zizix called attention to anything, but I don't think he did.
No.
No. Classic Zizix.
Uh, honestly, I would probably keep going until I either break the lock or if I can get it open.
Okay. Vega?
I don't remember if I said that I was leaving the room or not. Would I notice him over there fiddling with apparently nothing?
You said you had no interest in the room, but I don't think you said that you were leaving. So
Right.
yeah, you would see Zizix working with tools.
Hey, Zizix, what are you doing over there, bud?
I'm trying to open something.
There doesn't appear to be anything there.
To some people's eyes.
Magic, eh? You need a hand?
Can you see it?
No, can you?
Yeah, I know it's here.
Okay.
I don't suppose anyone's found a key around.
I'm guessing I didn't hear that since I'm still wherever I am.
You guys have made your way out.
Damn it all to hell.
But we all saw him with a key to that other chest, didn't we?
Yes, you saw him very pointedly find a key and put it into his pack.
I saw Lek with a key. He unlocked that other chest earlier. I'll go ask him if he still has it. And I'll go find Lek.
Oh, well, before you go, I know this may be very difficult because of who he is, but try not to tell him why you need the key. I don't quite trust him.
Understandably. I will see what I can do.
All right. So Vega, you make your way to chase down Lek. Did you have something else, Zizix?
I was just gonna say while he's doing that, I'm gonna keep working on the luck.
All right. You can make another dexterity check at disadvantage.
And yeah, I will go try and get Lek while he's doing that.
Yeah, and you're able to catch up to Lek as he's keeping his eyes peeled as he walks down these hallways, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Lek.
Yes?
I saw you with a key earlier. Do you still have that?
I do have the iron key from earlier, yes. Did you find a chest or something?
No, I'm just wanting to take a look at it if you don't mind.
You want to inspect the iron key? Well, I hate to break it to you, Vega, but I already opened one chest with it, so I don't know that it'll do you much good, but here you go. I give him the iron key, to clarify.
You keep specifying that it's iron. Have you found other keys too?
I didn't say iron as Lek, I said iron to Sam. Or did I say iron?
You did
Well,
say you did specify the iron key.
You said, I found an iron key that I used earlier. You said iron.
Oh, yes, okay, sorry. My bad. Oh, yes, I do have another key.
Can I see that as well?
No.
Huh. Wonderful. Okay.
I'm waiting for the right chest for this particular key. If you happen to find such a chest, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to hang on to it.
Understand. And I'm going to start looking at the key as I just kind of saunter in the other direction.
Yep.
Until I get back to Zizix and try and probably fail with that key, or give it to him to try.
All right, and Zizix, what was the result of your dex check?
13.
Okay. Yeah, no luck. This thing is just being very, very difficult at this point. But Vega returns into the room.
And as I walk in, I will say, well, Lek handed off the key that we've already seen him use, which I would be surprised if it worked for more than one lock, but it's worth a try as I hold it out to him. He did also say that he has another key, but he's holding on to that until another chest is made known to him. So if this one doesn't work, we might have to let him know in order to try his other one.
Perhaps his keys have some form of spell on it for unlocking anything? Maybe it's
You
a
never know.
one-time use.
You never know. It's worth a try as I hand it over.
Yeah, I'll take a look at the key. I assume it's not emanating any kind of magic.
Nope, it's not.
Okay, I'll try the key in the lock.
You put the key into the lock with some little bit of struggle, flipping it around in different directions, but it doesn't seem to do the trick. It's still locked.
When he puts the key in, does the key appear to vanish to me, or does it just appear to be going into nothing?
It does vanish.
Dope.
And then as he pulls it out, it's still intact.
Huh, well, there's definitely something there, because keys don't tend to just vanish into thin air.
Yeah, that's you're not wrong.
Well, should we let Lek know so we can try his other key?
I'm all for that. However, I am very uneasy with him in regards to magical items. He seems to have just as much, if not more, interest than I do, and I just don't know his motives behind it.
I have noticed that, and he also seems to have less interest in sharing magical items than you do.
Yeah, that's my point. I'm always willing to give up any items. I just asked to study it first, for educational purposes.
That I can understand. Yeah, I think depending on his reaction to whatever's inside, we may have to have a discussion about sharing.
Well, we'll see how that goes, but I wouldn't hold my breath.
Yeah.
He,
Andy's gonna give Vega a pat on the shoulder and say, "Best of luck with that, Dad."
I mean, he really
Everybody's
was.
got to learn sometime, you know.
We have a party dad.
Yay!
I mean, he really just did not
right.
did not want to give me any potions.
Yeah, I know. We'll see what happens, but at the time, we need the key that he has, so I'm gonna go tell him.
Okay, I'll keep trying in the meantime.
All right, sounds good.
Is everybody else hanging around with Zizix while Vega goes to retrieve Lek? Or did someone go with Lek?
I was
I
with
would go
Lek.
with Vega.
You were with Lek, okay. Alright. So Silas and Lek, you guys make your way up into the next floor going up the tunnel. Let's see here. App. And you guys find yourselves in that room where it was an upside down laboratory, essentially. I'll re-describe it just so you guys have it fresh in your mind. The chamber appears to have been a wizard's laboratory, as evidenced by the upside-down storage cupboards and empty shelves fastened to the walls, the shattered glass and alchemical equipment strewn across the floor, the arcane symbols painted on what is now the ceiling. In the middle of the space, there's a 5'5" passageway that you have emerged through. And the floor leads to the level you just came from, and near them there's a partially exposed wall for a room that lies beyond.
Well, I'd like to investigate the room, if that's all right.
Sure. Go ahead and roll investigation. Lek, I assume you'd want to do the same.
You assume
16.
correctly.
16.
15.
Okay. So you guys don't really seem to find anything here. Anything that might have been of value has been shattered and broken, seemingly from when this spire fell down to the ground, and the shattered glass that's kind of spread across the room, potentially potions and the like. But you do notice something that wasn't there before, and you notice a large pile of bones and what looked to be heavy armor.
Oh, now this is interesting.
Well, take it from me, I'd be a bit standoffish around the dead bodies if I were you.
Oh? I suppose that is not a terrible idea.
And Lek's going to avoid the body, and I'm guessing there was really nothing else of interest in that room.
No, that would have been the same room where that amulet was found earlier. So, I mean, the room had already been pretty well checked over.
Is there a door, or did you say there was just a collapsed wall?
So in this room there are 2 doors and then the collapsed wall. And then, of course, the other tunnel that leads up.
Well, at least if you did check out the body, we couldn't get trapped into the room since, the wall's partially gone and all, so, maybe a modicum safer than my attempt last time.
That's very wise of you. Why don't you go take a look at the body then?
No. I've already been the bitch of one will-o-wisp. I'd rather not make it 2 in one day. Not gonna push my poor luck.
Fine. I suppose I'll go ahead and do it. I'll
All
take a look at the body. Why not?
Yeah, no roll needed. You pilfer through the bones and the heavy armor, and you recognize this armor. You've seen it recently, only it was donned by the wight that was with Gendrick.
Oh, now that is fascinating. Well, free armor. I'll take this at least. Who knows? Maybe it could be useful for someone.
Indeed. Shall we continue on?
Actually,
You gain 1 chainmail.
ooh, fancy.
And at this point, Vega would emerge from the tunnel, and Andy in tow.
Vega, you're back. No luck, I'm guessing.
Well, Zizix actually found an invisible chest in that room, and we thought maybe your key might be a match to it. If you want to come give it a try.
Oh, I would love nothing more than just that. Lead on, oh, righteous Vega.
And I'll give a side eye at him calling me righteous, and lead the way.
All right.
Adriana, I found chainmail on a pile of bones.
Ew.
That's what I'm saying. It's quite disgusting, but it might be useful. At the very least, I could sell it.
That's true. Or maybe someone else could use it.
Do you need any armor? I thought I got you set up well.
No, I am set up well. I don't need it, but someone else in the party might. She tries to think of who might wear chainmail.
I'll ask around. Good thinking.
All right. And so you guys make your way back down the tunnel and returning to the room where Zizix has found this invisible chest. And you see, as you enter, Zizix is still knelt down by this unoccupied space.
Ah, so where exactly is this chest we're talking about here?
Zizix will say, can you not see it?
No, Zizix, I cannot see it.
Question.
Answer.
What does your biological eye do?
Ah, the question of the month, right. Right, so, it doesn't reveal things unseen, if that's what you're asking me. It's kind of hard to explain. It's more like an extra sense than it is an augmentation to my vision. Sometimes it tells me what's going on with something, and sometimes it doesn't say anything at all, or show me anything at all. It's just there.
Can you, see out of it? Or is it kind of more of an object?
No, I can see out of it, but my vision is just, well, I don't know if I'd say it's normal, but I mean it's a seeing eye, just perhaps from a slight discoloration point of view. Above table would my vision be weird through that eye? Would I have half red, half clear vision? I don't even know. I never thought about that.
Yeah, it's a good question, isn't it? So I would kind of say it's normal, but maybe gives you a little bit more of a peripheral, kind of one side of your vision is normal, and then the other one maybe a little bit of a fisheye kind of a thing going on.
I gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, it's basically a normal eye that gives me tinglies every now and then.
Interesting. You'll have to tell me how you got that someday. But anyways, well, if you can't see it, it's kind of hard for me to explain. I mean, you're gonna be digging around. Do you mind if I just take the key and put it in?
No, Zizix, that's quite all right. We're all here together, and I hand him the bronze key to put into the chest lock.
Can I inspect it before I really do much with it? Is it glowing with any kind of magical aura?
Nope, non-magical key. Just a simple brass key.
Okay.
Brass key, sorry.
So I'll put the key in the lock and try and turn it and wait for a click if I hear one. If I hear a click, I'm not going to make any kind of motion that's what's happening.
Yep, the key has entered the lock and you feel the click, not so much hear it.
Okay.
So I found chainmail in a pile of bones. Does anyone need better armor?
I say I might just send you a message.
So, the room has gone dark to everyone inside of that area as you unlocked the key or unlocked the lock. Lek, your vision is obscured. Everyone within a, I believe that's a 10-foot radius has gone completely dark. No vision whatsoever.
This is magical dark, not normal dark, correct?
Correct.
I think I know what's happening. but that's
What's
that's
that?
Is this Adriana asking me, or is this Miranda asking me?
Adriana.
If I was to theorize, I'd say someone just used a spell of darkness, or the darkness was triggered by the opening of the chest, or the trying of the lock of the chest. I don't really know, given that I can't see, but this is not a normal darkness, as normally I can see through such things, so it is more than likely the spell of darkness.
Your luck really is terrible.
Yes, well, I do bring it upon myself to a certain degree, I suppose.
Sam, seeing as I'm also in the dock here, can I feel around the lock to see if anything kind of happened around the lock? Like, did it open anything, or
So,
did I hear
yeah.
anything audible?
Once you turned the key, it clicked open. You felt it kind of open, and you felt that release of pressure. So if you'd like to try to open what you're doing, you can certainly try.
Yeah, what do I roll for that? Just X?
You open it just fine. And the lid comes open, and you can't see what's inside.
Can I use my hands to... Actually. I'm going to take out a pebble and illuminate it in my hand, which will cast a small dim light that technically is magical light, but can only really be seen really closely to me.
So, with this being also magical darkness, the variety of darkness actually overrides the simple light spell. So, even though you cast light on this pebble, it's still dark.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, then I'll just try and feel around with my hands. How far away am I from Lek?
I'm pretty sure Lek would have been within the next occupying square, so technically 5 feet.
Yeah. Okay. So can I just try and fumble around with my hands to see if I can what I can feel in front of me?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and make a perception check for feeling.
That'd be 19.
19. All right. So, you find two things inside. You feel two things within this chest. One thing that you feel is some sort of rod of some sort. It looks like it's curved slightly, and then you fumble around and you also feel a book of some sort. Some sort of leather-bound book of some sort.
Okay.
Did you find anything, Zizix? I can't really see anymore, so I thought I'd ask.
Well, I can't see either, so I don't know.
I guess I'll just have to feel around and see if I can feel anything. So I'm gonna start feeling in the direction of the chest too.
All right.
Hey, Lek.
Yes?
You considered that, judging by your luck today, it might not be the best idea to go flailing around in the dark for some unknown item in an invisible chest that just cast a spell on us?
Well, you're forgetting about the one factor that has not been present in my other precarious situations, Adriana.
What's that?
You're all here with me.
Yeah, okay, but I have to be able to see you to cast Cure Wounds.
Yes, well, I'll take my chances this time.
All right.
So, as Lek was saying that, or asking that, I was going to pick up what I have and put it in my bag.
Okay. Let's see here. Go ahead and let's make a sleight of hand check with advantage. That's what we'll make that be.
Even though nobody can see me at all?
Yeah, this is to accommodate for picking things up and then bumping into Lex's hand as he reaches in.
Gotcha. I am going to use a luck point.
All right.
Their hands touch and a romance sparks.
That would be a plot twist.
That would be quite the plot twist.
That would be a nat 20, biatches.
Very nice, very nice. So yeah, you're able to grab what you can and move it away, and Lek, as you reach into the chest, you feel the nice velvety insides of this chest, and it actually feels warm to the touch. But you don't feel anything as you start to kind of feel around.
Does he like run into me at all?
What was that?
Does he like bump into me as he's trying to do that?
I mean, maybe his body a little bit into your side as he advances into the chest.
Then Ziz is gonna say, "Oh my God, what was that?"
It's just
What was what?
me. It's just me. I think that was that you,
Lord.
Zizix?
There's something terrible in this room.
around.
Carcass, kill it!
Scaring each other in the dark. Carcass, there's nothing in here.
No, it's something terrible. Strike it down.
Do you really want to encourage him to start flinging an axe in a dark room where we're all standing?
I'm going to step out of the dark room. What happens after that is between you and gods.
Anyways, Zizix, I can feel inside the chest, I believe, and I don't feel anything. Are you sure there was nothing in there?
I mean, I don't even know if I was in the chest. I couldn't see anything.
Can I do a ballsy? What's it called? Would that be
Insight.
insight check? Mm-hmm.
And Zizix, you can roll your deception or persuasion. Yeah, it seems like Zizix doesn't know if he was even touching the chest correctly. The frailty of his voice kind of convinced you of that.
That's so odd. Why would there be a locked chest with nothing in it? And I'm going to, I mean, I know it's in vain, but I'm going to perform a Arcana check on the empty chest. Convinced that there should be something in there.
You can make it at disadvantage since you're unable to see the chest, and you wouldn't be able to see the chest in the first place, but I can't do double disadvantage, so just a disadvantage.
Right.
I have opened my own fair share of chests with nothing inside. Sometimes that's just how life is.
Well, that'll be a 6, so.
Yeah, it's hard to make. Though you do think to try to grab on the chest a little bit. It weighs about 20 pounds, and assuming that when this darkness is gone, that it's still invisible, might be able to sell for something. Or keep for personal measure.
Is it still invisible? Like...
It's hard to tell because you can't see.
Yeah, that was a dumb thing to say. Yeah. Well, I guess I don't want to walk out of here empty-handed, so I will attempt to stuff the chest into my bag.
So the chest is about 4 foot long by maybe 3.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a large chest. So it probably wouldn't easily fit into your bag.
Oh, no.
Realizing how big it is when I try and pick it up, can I attempt to feel further in the chest, as it were?
Sure.
Okay. Do I need to roll something for that, or do I just need to jump into the chest like a mummy?
I mean, you can just continue to feel around. That's fine. But you feel that nice velvety interior, and you notice that it's not cold at all inside of this chest. Like, it's quite warm. Like if you were inside of an inn that had a hearth burning at all hours of the day.
I assume the room itself is cooler than
Yes,
the chests inside.
very much so.
Interesting. Can I attempt to use my dagger to cut off a piece of the velvet?
You can certainly try.
Then that's just what I'm going to do.
All right. As you start to take the dagger into the velvet, you feel the tip of the dagger grazing against the bottom or the side, wherever you chose to put your first incision. But you go to check and you see that, or you feel, rather, that no incision was made.
How peculiar.
Who's touching my butt?
Vega, trunks where everyone can see them.
I mean, I can touch it if you want, but
Maybe another time, but right now I'm not necessarily in that place, and I would like whoever it is to respectfully remove their hands. Lysander, Eclipse, you're being awfully silent today.
I'd like to attempt to cast prestidigitation inside the chest, like just a little bit of fire, like a campfire, to see if that'll like light or not. I know, risky, but curiosity killed the cat.
This is where we all die in a bonfire that we can't see.
Yeah, you're the one who wanted Carcass to chop everywhere inside the rooms.
That's why I left. It's not a TPK if I survive.
Anywho, I do go ahead and try and cast a little fire inside the chest.
Sorry. So you wanted to cast fire into the chest?
Yeah, prestidigitation is a little fire.
With the intention of igniting it?
I just want to see if the velvet will ignite, since I can't pierce it. I'm just curious.
Ah, I see. Yeah, so you cast prestidigitation on where your hand is, and you feel the heat of the flame, and it stays there, and you don't really notice it spreading or anything like that.
Very peculiar. Alas, I don't feel like hauling an entire chest out of here, so... Ah, well. Bad luck. Boy, today is not my day. This is a day I would actually need to have good luck, and I just don't have it. Oh well. I will, slowly get up and... sigh. And then I will turn around and feel my way towards the door.
All right. And as you make your way out of the door, you find it. Then do you progress towards the hallway, towards the chamber, or back towards the basilisk room?
Did I see where everybody else went?
No, it's dark.
Oh, great. This is good. Well, I'm not going towards the basilisk room. I'm going the other way where I haven't... Well, where I was before with Silas. I'm going to go back over there.
Okay. And as you make your way down there, everyone still within the bedchamber can now see as the darkness is left.
Whoa!
Oh,
Well,
Question: is it dark around me?
Yes.
Fucking.
So can we all see that?
You can all see in this room now, and then there's like this aura of darkness that you look out into the hallway, and then it starts to slowly light up again as Lek progresses
And
down the hallway.
The only
Hey.
person that we don't see is Lek.
Hey, everyone! The darkness is everywhere. Just maybe grab a rope or something.
Lek, I think it's following you.
Why would it be following me?
Guys, I told you something was in there.
I didn't open it. You did. Why am I all dark?
it's like a living embodiment of depression.
Haha, there it is. I was waiting for someone to make a crack. Of course, it's Silas.
Now that he's gone, can I inspect the chest?
Yeah, so the inside of the chest is a nice blue velvet interior. It looks like that there was a flame that has just puffed out, but everything's warm to the touch. It's about what you would expect inside of a warmed room. It's very cozy in there. And you see that velvet extends up to the top as well. On the lid, but you don't see the chest still, but you see the inside of the chest.
That's super interesting.
Mrs. Zizix is going to say, well, this is definitely, So they've made the outside invisible. Can I feel around to see if I can feel any handles?
Yeah, there are two handles on the side, and as Zizix wraps his hands around the chest, everyone inside of that room can see that there is the corner of a bow sticking out of Zizix's bag.
What you got there, Zizix?
Zizix is going to be turn around and say, what?
There's something sticking out of your bag. I don't necessarily mind. I'm just curious what you found.
Sticking out of my bag? Oh, this thing. And Zizix will pull it out. Yeah, I've had this for a while, kind of. Just a new thing that I've been making.
A new thing. It looks like a bow. What does it do that's different from a normal one?
Well, magical things, of course.
Yes, I should have guessed.
Still, I mean, it's still, experimental.
Are you pulling it out to show or anything like that, or keeping it in the bag?
Keeping it in the bag.
Okay. So from what you can see of this bow is that it's an icy blue, where the wood is normally brown. It's very well tinted blue. It looks very intricate.
I must say I'm a fan of the aesthetic. I mean, I personally, ranged combat would be better for me, but I'm not a complete coward. But it looks very nice.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I definitely don't want to be up in the middle of things. Maybe I thought, being at range makes a lot of sense. I mean, I've used crossbows before, and I can cast spells, but maybe I can be more accurate with this. And, then I don't have to waste magic all the time.
A wise move. Tell me, Zizix, how are you with armor? Are you able to wear heavier things?
Well, I mean, I'm currently wearing this. And he'll knock on his chest, and it's a scale mail.
Well, I found some chainmail. I'm uncertain if it would be better for you or not.
Oh, I appreciate it, but I think I'm good with what I have.
I mean, I wasn't trying to sell you on anything. I was simply offering it up if you were interested.
Oh, I know. I appreciate it.
Well, shall we go, visit the dark cloud or follow the little cloud out? I feel like there's more of this place to, loot.
Well, what? Why don't we take this thing with us? I'm intrigued by this. And you know, as I'm pulling on the chest, you know, they probably can't see what I'm pulling on, but.
Well, I mean, if it's still open, we can see the inside.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm going to ask you the same thing my mother asked me when I tried to bring home a tiger. Where will we keep it?
On the back of a cart.
And if the lid closes and it just falls off, how will we know?
Oh, I can see it.
I'm out in the hallway. Hey, did you guys come with me? Or is it just me out here? I really can't see. I don't know. I don't hear you as much as I did before. I'm just gonna sit down. Just tell me when you're coming.
Good call there, bud.
Can anyone dispel that?
I haven't quite figured out how to do that yet. I know how to see it. I just don't know how to get rid of it.
I specialize in throwing magic, not dispelling it. Once it's out of my hands, it's someone else's problem.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I don't know how to get rid of that.
Hey, can I just take a short rest at this point?
If you would like to.
I would actually, since I can't do anything anyways.
Debilitated by a darkness spell.
Can it fit in one of those fancy little bags you make?
No, it's a little bit big to fit through the hole. Hey, how heavy did you say the chest was?
It's about 20-25 pounds.
How big? Like, how wide is it? I guess.
4 foot by, let's say, 1.5.
Okay, so it's taller than me. Okay, what I will do is command Pointy to get one handle, and I'll carry the other handle, and we'll carry it out.
Well, hold on now, Zizix. Lysander, Eclipse, can you carry the chest?
Tip my hat. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
See? Now your hands are free, and Pointy's hands are free. Should, trigger anything else that's going to kill us.
Maybe we should keep a little bit of distance from him.
Yeah, especially because we want to see.
Like, I'm afraid, like, he's gonna explode at some point.
It's not going at all like I planned.
Oh. So,
Well,
I mean, it would be absolutely terrible if he did explode.
the Terry heard around the world.
Maybe he'll turn into snow too. Who's to say?
Wow, this is nice, guys.
Oh, man. So, as Lek has settled down into the hallway, keeping to himself and kind of taking the protection of the darkness as well as the debilitation of the inability to see, he started just posting up and staying in one place. What would the rest of you like to do?
I don't imagine there's anything else I can see in here. I've already turned over this room once.
Yeah. And let's see. Eve. Detect magic has dropped from your concentrations, inexplicably so.
Yeah. Um, after Silas's comment about the bow, is there a way for me to kind of dig it a little bit, kind of deeper, I guess?
I mean, do you have a huge sack that can fully contain a longbow? Longbow's probably taller than you are.
Yeah, it is.
I could help share the load.
I guess I could just put it back
That's what
in.
she said.
Well, question. If the lid on the chest closes, does it lock again? And second question, do I still have the key?
You still have the key. Once you shut the lid, it opens freely.
Okay. I will just go ahead and put the bow in the chest, so that way I don't have to carry it. And then lock it with the key and keep the key in my bag.
Okay. Easy enough to do.
So Lysander and Eclipse is carrying the chest.
Okay. Very good.
All right, shall we keep investigating this place?
Is there more to look at?
Above table, there were no more tunnels down from this floor, were there?
From this floor, it seems to be the bottom. And you guys have at least been inside of nearly each room. But maybe, didn't spend a whole lot of time in each room.
Well, I mean, we've been probably just about everywhere here, but I don't know if we've looked around everywhere. I just say on our way out, we give everything another once over.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Gotta figure out what happened to Gendrick.
Yeah, that was odd.
So, is he alive, or did he just... Did it not work?
It looks like he turned to snow, but I don't know.
In his conversations with you, he did mention that he was constructed of snow and darkness from the materials used in his simulacrum.
So now he's just snow.
And inside of carcass.
Right.
Yes.
It was delicious.
I'm glad you got a little snack today, Carcass.
It was not very filling.
We'll get you some meat when we get back to town.
Yeah, boy, some hot cocoa sounds really good.
That sounds amazing.
Above table, too, actually.
Yeah.
You're welcome, guys.
So, where would you guys like to go? Back out to the hallway and up the floors? Or were you wanting to inspect the rune chamber a little bit more? That's the only other room downstairs. Besides the basilisk room.
I don't know how much inspecting I want to do in that room, because it turned a dude to snow.
Fair.
But that's just me.
Are you guys still in there? I guess I'll just fuck myself then.
Go ahead, nobody could see it.
Oh, good point.
I mean, he's not
Oh
wrong.
my god!
Get that whip out mage hand.
Like it was terrible. Lysander and Eclipse are dead.
Oh, for shame. Can I borrow some of her fur?
No, that's disrespectful.
Okay.
When we step into the hall, can we see the darkness surrounding him?
You see the darkness on one side of the hallway, and then you see the other way down the hallway just fine.
Okay. But I guess we can't tell how far into the darkness he is.
There is a really tried and true method of seeing how far into the darkness you can go, and that's by casting magic missile into the darkness.
Nice.
I like it.
Where's the Mountain Dew?
I'm more just thinking about telling him to follow us, but telling him how much distance to keep so we can all still see.
Oh yes, nothing will come up behind you that way.
Well, if it does, it'll get him first.
This is true.
I want you guys to know I don't feel like this was my fault, per se. I don't see how this could have happened.
You don't see
Just
a lot
bad
of things
luck.
right now.
Just bad luck.
Well, I am going to tell him, hey, I think we're heading back upstairs. You should follow, but don't get too close, because we'd all still like to see.
All right, because I can totally tell how far I am from you right now, even if I was near you.
Don't worry, we'll yell at you if you get too close. And
You're shouting in my ear.
Oh! I try and reach out and grab him.
I'll give him my shoulder and let him wander with me.
Can he see?
No, that he would be into the darkness with you at this point, if you were to be that close.
Welcome to my world.
Oh, bye. I'll run forward.
Damn it!
Does anyone have a rope that maybe we could just tether him behind us?
You guys did have a rope that you were holding together that was then hijacked by that woolly rhinoceros when he
Yeah, my
impaled the
rope
guide.
got killed by the rhinoceros.
I actually sold my rope in Bryn Shander, so...
To my knowledge, we've never used my rope, but let me make sure. Let me check my equipment.
Is my short rest technically completed at this point?
No, you got
time.
a ways to go.
Right, I'm just gonna stay here, guys. I've had a trying day. I feel safe in the darkness. I'll just tell me where you're going and I'll come catch up later.
I've got 50 foot of rope. I'm gonna tell him, just follow us. Grab this rope. And I'm gonna toss him the end of it.
Okay, I'm gonna just grab it, but then I'm just gonna let it go, pretending like I grabbed it.
Okay.
I want to complete my rest, damn it.
So,
Well, I mean, we would notice that the rope is just laying on the ground and not being held up,
yes.
right?
Unless he did use Mage Hand to do that.
Oh, actually, how about, I know, Lysander and Eclipse won't mind if I just hop on top of the chest and they can carry me. I do that.
Then
But
they
then
won't
they
be able
can't
to
see.
see either.
Oh, they'll be fine. Just have them grab the rope. Yeah,
They're carrying
Every-
the chest.
everybody wins. Just tie the rope around Lysander's neck. He wouldn't feel it. Everybody wins.
Lek, please, you're being ridiculous at this point, even for me.
Look, I need to take a rest. Okay, it won't take that much longer. You guys just go. Tell me where you're going. I'll catch up.
Well, are we going back to town? What's the plan?
Carry me. Either of those are your choices.
All right, you know what? we're going back out, but we're gonna check stuff out on our way out. If you don't catch up by the time we leave, we'll wait 10 minutes.
Oh, we're about to leave? Goodness.
But we're checking everything out on our way out.
Ah, this is most unfortunate. All right.
We won't leave you behind, Luck.
No, I'm not worried about that, but I appreciate the sentiment.
All right, we'll see you when we see you. Try not to die. And I'm just gonna walk off.
All right.
All right. So you guys make your way through the hallway back to the basilisk room where you had that battle. Are you guys headed up to the next room, or are you checking this room out?
We didn't really look around in this room very much, did we?
No, the only things that you really saw in this room were like the tables that were turned upside down, broken plates, silverware, that type of stuff. It was a refectory, as they call them.
I'll look around.
Yeah, that's ultimately what you guys see as you take the time to walk around and take a look. There's really not much more here.
Oh, well, damn, dirty 20. Okay.
Sorry, I tried to get back to you as soon as I could.
It's okay. Maybe I find a really nice fork.
Yeah, you could definitely find a nice fork. It's made of obsidian.
I'll save this for Luck in case he ever needs to go fork himself.
Ha-ha!
Guys are so nice to me.
Oh, when it rains,
I'm
it
a little
pours,
worried
buddy.
about leaving him alone.
Well, he insisted, and you know what? He keeps insisting on going places by himself. I'm just gonna let him.
Yes, but we remember what happened last time.
Yeah, and yet he still keeps insisting, so...
All right, and you guys make your way up the tunnel and find yourselves in that upside down laboratory that has the pile of bones sitting into the room that none of you have seen before except for Lek and Silas at this point. And then you have the two doors to the north, and then you have the wall that's crumbled down that's receded into another room that is beyond that rubble.
First, I'm gonna kind of tilt my head to Silas and like nod towards the bones and say, "What's the deal with those there?"
Oh, it's where I found this awesome chainmail armor. Do you have a need for chainmail armor?
No, I try to stick to the lighter stuff myself. But if I look at the armor, do I recognize it as belonging to the white, or?
It's been soon enough since you've seen him. Yeah, you can make that correlation.
I think it belonged to Dingleberry's sidekick.
Krintos. That was his name. It was a good name.
Okay, so I think it's probably safe to say that he is gone then if his minion crumpled.
I'm just curious how it crumpled here. Wasn't it in the room with us? Or did it just take off, go to its corner, and make a mess?
No, I think it above table, didn't it stay behind?
It stayed behind, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I think I did mention him saying that his white was unsuccessful. But we'll retcon that. He stayed behind and just made verbal reference and not a physical reference to his white.
Gotcha. Okay, well, there doesn't appear to be much in this room worth looking at. I'm gonna look at the room beyond the crumbled wall.
Okay. Inside of that room, I'll read the description. A stone altar attached to the ceiling of this otherwise empty, semicircular room. You see an 8-pointed star carved into the eastern face of the altar.
That's right. And there were no other ways in or out of this room, right?
Right.
Okay. Don't have any interest in that room either. Nobody could hear anything in there, right?
Mm-mm. No, that wasn't the silent room.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was the one where Carcass attacked the altar. That's what happened.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Well, then I'll say this was just the altar room, nothing really in there. What were those two doors?
Zizix would remember that when he investigated that room, that it was the shrine of Mistra, the god of magic.
Right.
Yes.
So really, in there was the altar and symbols and stuff.
Yep, that's the only thing that you guys found. The other two rooms, if you go north, you find a second upside down laboratory.
Zizix?
No, wrong. Sorry.
Oh.
This one. Skip over. 12. Oh, there it is. So that was the upside down office. That was where the pendant was found.
Ah. I might look around that room one more time, see if I find any more books, because I found one or two in there, I feel like.
Yeah, I believe you did. Yes.
So, investigation? Yeah.
Yep, go ahead.
That would be 18.
18. Coursing around inside of this office, you do find another book. Let's see, this one. This book is titled Ventitost. As you read the cliff notes on the back, this book uses testimonials and conspiracy theories to piece together events leading up to the destruction of a Netherese city called Ventitost, which disintegrated as it flew over the forest of Cormanthor nearly 2,000 years ago, before the fall of Ither.
Cool.
That sounds like it was written by Tommy the Tooth. There's a lot of THs in there.
That was Timmy the Tooth, and I pray that you get it right the next time.
Well, my apologies.
I will send you that cliff note, just so you have it.
Dope.
Let's see. Anything else inside of this office? I'll go ahead and give you the other book that you find here. This one is called Here Lies the King. This elaborately plotted novel features an illusionist. No, you guys already found that one.
Yes, I found it.
From Shadow and Substance, do you have that one?
Yes, I've Zizix has that one.
Okay, so that's the one where it talks about turning the illusionary objects into real things, with commentary and criticism from the famous Netherese illusionists of those times.
I thought I remembered something being said about something like that.
I only remembered the books that you got. I forgot that I'd given that one to Zizix.
I thought I had a book as well.
Yeah, I believe you might have grabbed the one with the person who impersonated a prince, supplant a king. That
Yeah,
rings a
that
bell?
was it.
Yeah. But other than that, this room is pretty much turned over, literally.
All right, well, on to the other door, I suppose.
All right. 1 second here. The other door behind it, you open it and it looks like the remnants of a stairway that's just collapsed in rubble and impassable.
Okay. Then back into the first room and through the other door in it. Yeah?
Back into the main room with the 2 tunnels.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because you said there were 2 doors in that room and the collapsed wall, right?
Sorry, that the second door was the collapsed stairwell.
Ah, gotcha. I thought you meant that was the door in the office.
Nope, sorry.
No worries. Okay, then I'll look around at the rest of the party and be like, so onward and upward, as I point towards the other tunnel.
Tally ho.
All right. As you guys ascend to the next floor, Lek, you can see again.
Ah, finally. Has enough time passed for my short rest to be completed?
No.
Damn it. Follow-up question. Perhaps this is above table, but so okay. During Lek's time reflecting in the darkness, I feel like, tell me if you can make this connection or not, because I feel like probably you could. When he realized that it was only him who had been in the magical darkness, and then I feel like didn't Lek know that Zizix bought the darkness scroll and all the other ones?
He was present, yes.
Yeah, and I was interested in the darkness scroll anyway, so I would have taken a particular note of that at the time. I realized, I believe him wholeheartedly that he took nothing out of the chest. I completely believe that. But I feel like, can I roll to see if there's a chance that I, have a feeling that he had something to do with me being the only one in darkness? Or what? As I feel like that connection could be made, but I don't want to overstep my boundaries here.
No, understood, and I appreciate you taking precaution when concerning this. With that, as the darkness happened as the chest was being opened, I will set a DC, and I will have you make... Let's give that a wisdom check.
Three.
Yeah, you definitely think it was some sort of mechanism that was unseen or some sort of trap that randomly targeted people within its vicinity as a self-defense mechanism with that roll.
Yeah, it must have been that one floor tile everyone else happened to miss. Just my luck today. Well. So I will forsake the remainder of my...
You cut out there.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to forsake the rest of my short rest and give back those spell slots and those 3 points I gained back of health and try to catch up with the group.
If you did want to hang back about 10 minutes, I'll go ahead and give that to you. So once they clear the next floor.
Okay, then I will do that then. Yes,
Yeah,
10
that's
minutes.
Fine. That is perfectly acceptable in my eyes. So, ascending to the next floor. Let's see, this room. This room contains 2 metal cages, both badly damaged, nearly nearby two roughly dug tunnels, one in the ceiling, which is the one that you descended upon to first enter this room, and the one you're just erupting out of. Narrow windows along the outer bowed walls afford you a glimpse of the earth. One of those windows has been opened up and some dirt has come tumbling out of them. Let's see. And then inside of the metal cages there was some sort of carapace of some sort that was not able to be identified.
Can I try to identify it?
Yeah, go ahead and make a nature check.
Can do. Five.
It's really foreign to you. You haven't come across anything like this. It's large, and it's almost insectoid in stature, but you're not exactly sure what it is.
I'm not from these parts. Can I give it a go?
Sure.
$23.
With that, you're able to come to the conclusion that this is the long, decrepit corpse of a Thrykeen, or a Thrykreen.
It's a Thrykreen. A long, decrepit corpse of one, anyway.
And I'll send a picture in the Discord of what that looks like.
Damn.
Terrible thing. I don't know if anyone would pay for this body.
Dude, that's gnarly looking.
Zizix, could you make this into armor?
Yeah, it's kind of that's not really my thing.
No worries, no worries.
It does seem very easy to crumble to the touch, just being so old.
Perhaps we should just leave it.
Yeah, I suppose. What else do we see in the room?
There's not much else inside of this room, unfortunately. Seemed to be some sort of holding facility for prisoners.
Okay. But there was one or two rooms off to the side of it, right?
Yes. So there are two doors to choose from, one to the north and one to the east.
I'll check out the north first.
Okay. Inside of this room, there is an upside-down table. Books scattered around, clinging to the bowed outer walls, an upside-down fireplace, and along that same wall, nothing but hard-packed earth behind it where the wall had collapsed.
That sound interesting to anyone else?
As you take a look around, you see a few books kind of scattered about.
Alright, well those I'm obviously going to look at.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
Six.
You do come across one book, just by the luck of it. It's Ajmar's Guide to the Fantastic, spelt with a Phan. And on the back, you see this breezy, light-hearted treatise on illusion magic was required reading in many Netherese classrooms. It describes clever ways to use common illusion spells.
Nice. Can you send me that Cliff Notes as well?
Sure. And then there are 2 more doors inside of this room.
Oh, cool. I'll open one of them.
All right, 1 second. I'm going to send you that Cliff Note. You have one on the west and one on the east.
West.
All right, I'll choose.
Yeah, either one's fine. We
All right.
can do west. That's either way.
Let's see. So in this room, as you start to make your way closer to the door, it becomes silent. You don't hear the sound of your footsteps at all, and this looks to be a quiet reading room to the west.
Nice.
And then as you open the door to the est, let's see. That is... Inside of this room, you see that there's a lot of rubble just at the floor of this room. It doesn't seem to be, or it does have a staircase, but it's impassable. However, you do notice a skeleton that's impacted on the rubble.
I guess I will investigate the skeleton.
Okay, if you would like.
Will-o-wisp. Will-o-wisp.
Please, no.
Karma wisp. Karma wisp.
What'd you get, Billy?
16.
16. So you kind of take a look around on this skeleton. You move some rubble from side to side to kind of unearth it a little bit. And it looks like very simple robes that had been decomposing for the better side of a millennia. But you do take note that the skeleton only has 9 fingers. It seems that its right index finger had been torn completely off with no sign of where it could be.
Interesting. Okay. Well, if there's nothing else in here of note, I will go back out and then back out again.
Yep.
And then if I recall, there's one more door that has not been gone into. Yes?
Correct.
Go into that one.
This room is filled with rubble with a spiral staircase that looks impassable.
And that's it?
That is it.
Okay, well then I guess we have seen it all, y'all.
There is one more floor above you, and at this point, Lek emerges from the tunnel.
Ah, there you are. Look, I am light again.
Oh, good.
Wonderful.
Yes, I thought you'd be excited.
Truly thrilled to have you with us again.
Yes, I guess no more grab ass. Ah, shame.
So it was you.
Lek winks. Well, you know.
Blinks.
There it is. Find anything of interest while I was resting?
I've
Just
just been
a
letting
book or
them look
two.
for things. Andy says she's just kind of leaning against a wall, propped, like she's just waiting for something different to happen.
I identified a dead bug.
Oh, good. That is everything
Andy
I was
looks at Lack like,
hoping
"See."
for. Point taken, Adriana. Well, I believe we have one floor one floor left, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, let's get to it.
All right, I certainly hope we'll find something.
All right.
Boy.
And you guys ascend the tunnel to get to the top floor. And within here, you emerge in that you emerge in the upside down library where the tall bookshelves were affixed to the ceiling. And I think this is where the majority of your books were found. Or your initial books, anyway.
I found one or two in this room, is all I think.
Yes, I know you at least found one.
Well, until we actually leave, this is where I'm going to be spending the rest of my time looking for more.
Okay.
Well, while you're here, Vega, might I recommend just pulling all the books off the shelves until one triggers like a secret passage or something? Wouldn't that be exciting?
You never know.
Or deadly.
Precisely. Well, yes, don't die. Right. Onward!
Yeah, I will keep my eyes peeled for the triggering of a secret passage while I'm looking for books.
Cliche secret passages, good.
Alright, go ahead and make an investigation check.
$18.
18. While no secret passage has been triggered, you find a book titled Mysteries of the Faerun. This book sheds light on the Faerun, the telepathic funnel-shaped monsters of malevolent intellect that lurk in the Underdark, and includes disturbing sketches of them.
Interesting. How do you spell Faerun?
Send it to you. P-H-A-E-R-I-M-M.
Intriguing. Cool.
And I'll send a picture of what those look like, since there are sketches involved.
Damn. Gnarly.
Basically, they're circular creatures with tails with 4 claws, and their mouth is the large circle on the front of them with teeth. It's a very spiny creature.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. Well, I will just keep looking for books if anyone else wants to do anything while I'm doing that.
Yeah. What would you guys like to do?
Head to the next floor.
You're on the top floor. So you would exit the room to the north, where you would find yourself in a narrow hallway with doors to the west and then to the north.
Anybody want to tag along before I go up here by myself?
I'll come. Might as well make sure you don't die.
Much obliged.
I'll join you. Absolutely.
Wonderful. Three's a party.
So through the hallway and into the next room to the north, you find yourself in the upside down workshop where you had previously found, I believe, the brass key. Or the iron key, I believe.
I'd like to further... Oh, the iron key?
I believe so, yes.
It's the one... This isn't the one that had Jandric in it, is it? The room?
No, that was down below.
Gotcha. Okay. Then I'm gonna continue on to somewhere I haven't been yet.
Let's see. The next room is on the right. That's the upside down potion storage. I believe you guys came across this and found the chest in there.
Right. So are you saying we've been everywhere in this tower at this point?
That you have seen, yes.
Well, balls in my sack. All right. I'm gonna go back into the library and just start pulling all the books off the shelves until one triggers a door or something.
All right.
That's all I have left, Sam. Oh.
But as you return to that library and pull all the books off the shelves, no secret passageway has been uncovered. And the books just remain on the floor.
I'm going to try and flip through as many books as possible to see if any of them are hollowed out.
Make a D100 check.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Excuse me. D100, right? Where's... there we go. Ten.
No luck.
I am rolling like a fucking champ today.
It happens to the best of us.
Ah, well, that's just dandy. Is everybody in the library right now?
I believe so.
If I could retcon something really quick,
Okay.
while the three of them left, that would have left Zizix in the library with me, right?
Yes.
I would have tried to lean over to him and be like, so Zizix, did you actually find anything in that chest? Because I know we were both talking about how weary we were of sharing anything with Lek. So I would understand if you'd hidden it, but I'm just curious, was there actually anything in there?
Oh yeah, there was. I don't know what it was. I couldn't see anything, but I just tried to grab what I could, and just omit it from his knowledge. So
Yeah, right on. I respect that. Well, hey, whenever you figure out what it was you found, let me know. I assume that bow was one thing.
well,
Because I don't remember ever seeing that, and it looked pretty fancy.
why don't I give you the key to that chest? As I kind of suspect that Lek may come asking questions about it.
Yeah, that would make sense. I will hang on to that. And above table, you put the bow back in the chest, but not the book that you found, right?
Correct.
Okay. Because if Vega does find out about that book, he's going to be super interested, regardless of what it is, because it's a book.
Oh, I know. Zizix knows that, but he's the type of person that wants first dibs on what it is, and then he
Naturally.
once he gets the information that he wants out of it, then he has no care to keep it. Usually.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, he will stash that key and keep looking at books in this library.
Okay. And everyone eventually regroups back into the library with all the books pulled off the shelves.
You're welcome.
Did I happen to find anything else of note in there?
No, you found everything usable.
Word. Then I will look around at everybody else and be like, so, I guess, are we ready to go?
I guess.
Well, hey, if you were interested in books like me instead of magical...
Cut out, Billy.
Sorry. If you were interested in books like me instead of magical items, you would have made out like a bandit leaving this place too.
Well, for what it's worth, Vega, I am glad that you found things of use.
I appreciate that. I'm very interested to learn some of this shit.
Well, I hope you learn a lot. Well, if I don't recall, it was rather treacherous getting into this place at the same time. Anyone ever considered how we were going to get out again?
We had a rope tied to the top, didn't we?
Yes.
Oh, right.
Is it still hanging down?
If you go over to where you came in and check, yes, there is still a rope.
Some fucking kids in the woods like walk by and just, ooh, a rope, chop.
But as you approach, the rope starts moving.
Oh.
Oh, boy. Just my luck.
And shortly thereafter, a bugbear slides down the tunnel and finds himself face to face with the party. And then another. And they put their hands on their weapons and they say, Who are you?
Just a group of travelers who you.
You could also call us just leaving.
Good. You can leave. We are using this place as shelter. Come!
Oh, a fuck den. Good.
And 3 more bugbears slide out from the tunnel.
Oh,
They say, the leader speaks up and says, You can call me Breck. We are a mercenary band. We have been wandering this tundra for a great while. We found this structure. We intend to rest. If you leave peacefully, we have no problem with you. But if you would like our assistance in any way, shape, or form, we have a price.
And what is that price?
2 gold per day per soldier.
And how many are there?
You count 6 of them.
12 gold a day for all of them?
Yes.
That's not bad. Guys above table, what could we use a small army for?
Well, you could use them just to get back to town, or we could throw them at the mind flayers.
I was going to say, weren't we about to investigate some mind flayers or some Dirigar? That actually could be helpful to have a band of mercenaries with us.
Well, perhaps we'll have work for you soon. We may stop back by, if that's okay.
If you wish for us to wait here, we would require payment for that waiting.
Oh no, I just thought you were you were living here now.
We just found this place just now. We are taking shelter from the storm above and being on our way.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Which direction are you heading from here, if you don't mind my asking?
And he looks to the rest of his group and he says, well, we're coming from a band of orcs who had stopped payment on us, and we are currently deciding which way to go from here.
Well, I'm gonna turn to the party and just be like, guys, we're done here. The next thing we have is those mind flayers. They could be helpful to bring with us.
I agree with you, Vega.
Me too.
Do you want to just rest here for the night with them and then bring them with us in the morning to find the flayers?
Do we even know where the flayers are?
Oh, yes, we know exactly where the damn flayers are.
Well, we know whereabouts. We don't know. Sorry, I cut out again. We don't know exactly where, but we know the region.
We certainly have a very solid starting point.
But they could probably be helpful in helping us find them, even.
What are these bugbears in armor-wise?
Let's see. A number of them have great axes. They look to be in hide armor, and the captain seems to be in some sort of chain, heavier armor.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
I will say, if we are going to hire them, since I paid for this trip and, lost the money there, I would ask that I not have to chip in since I already paid for this one.
Well, we wouldn't be here without you, so honestly, you should pay the way back at the very least.
Yes,
I'll
but
take care of the first day.
I'm quite certain some of us did find useful things here, so it was not a completely wasted trip for most of you, save myself.
You guys did find a really cool invisible chest.
That is pretty rad. I'll take care of the first day, guys. Don't worry about it.
That is kind of you, Vega. I do appreciate that.
Yes, thank you, Vega. Much obliged.
All right. Well, I will turn to Breck. Is that right?
Mhm.
I will turn to him and say, I think we actually would be interested in your services. If you don't mind, we'll just rest here along, and then we will pay you for your services tomorrow as we head out to our destination.
This is agreeable. And he looks back to one of his party members and says, "Hey, go fetch the elk you killed. We will feast." And he quickly scurries back up and grabs the rope, pulls himself up, and about a minute later, a whole elk slides down the tunnel. And they pull it into the library out of the small hallway there. They begin filleting up the back straps and all the meat off the elk.
Nice.
So, you guys would like to rest here for the day?
Yes, I think that is the consensus.
All right. Would you guys like to delegate watch to the bugbears and get a full rest on your own, or would you guys rather take watch with them?
I'll take watch with some of the bugbears.
All right. Anybody else?
I'll take a watch at some point too.
Me too.
All right.
I will not be taking a watch.
All right. So,
I am pouting.
dividing that into 3 watches, that'll be easy enough. You'll have multiple people on security for the night. The first watch, who's taking the first one?
I'll take it.
All right. You'll be taking this watch alongside Talon. And Talon is one of the only bugbears here that wields a bow out of the rest of them. And Talon suggests should watch the hallway and make sure nothing else comes down that tunnel.
Oh, absolutely. We'll keep our eyes open on it.
Is anything else inside?
Well, there was something inside, a basilisk, but we took care of that.
Basilisk, fearsome foe.
Yes, it was quite a strong battle. Got a few scars from it myself, but we persevered.
Talon knew 2 other bugbear who tried to fight a basilisk. One turned to stone, the other one was eaten.
I am terribly sorry for your loss, Talon.
Well, we ate
Luckily.
the other one.
Oh, well, then never mind. Seems you, much like us, are mighty.
We're a strong group. We have survived for many winters, though this winter is seemingly prolonged.
Yes, it is rather long in the tooth. Quite frigid, I would say.
Yeah.
Tell me, Talon, in your time as a mercenary, have you ever traveled with any interesting people or heard any interesting tales?
Let's see. Go ahead and roll a d20.
No, 19.
Okay. So Talon looks at you and leans back against the wall, putting his bow to the side. He says, "We traveled along the sea of moving ice, in which we saw a narwhal that could talk. That was intriguing."
I would say so. Did it say anything of import, or was it just like, oh, it's fucking cold?
No. It was not cold. It asked if we wanted passage. It had, it looked like a piece of land on the back of it and some sort of magical bubble.
Now that is fascinating.
His name was Angajuk.
Angajuk. Very fascinating.
Yeah. He said he would take you to some isolated islands that are out in the Sea of Moving Ice, but we declined, as if there's no one there, there's no reason to go, no one to pay, no one to fight.
Well, it's understandable why you might pass up such an offer. I mean, exploring new lands could have brought forth untold riches, but I understand the safe money in staying amongst the more known civilizations.
We did not trust the whale to bring us back. We thought he was playing a trick.
How good is your sense of trust, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, the best.
That's very helpful and good to know. Do I seem like a trustworthy person?
How much gold do you have?
Enough.
I trust you enough.
Wonderful. I'll keep that in mind.
And anything else before your watch is over that you would like to do, either on your own or with Talon?
I think I'll read a little bit of that book before turning in for the night.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty interesting so far. Good groundwork set to replicate what you had read on the Cliff Notes. Pretty interesting. Who would like to take second watch?
I can.
Okay. Andy, you find yourself alongside Breck, keeping watch on the tunnel. Breck looks at you and says, "Woman of gods?"
Helm. You?
Not Helm.
Does he have like a big axe or something? What is his weapon of choice?
So he wears his chainmail, and he actually has 2 long swords.
Nice swords. You use them both at the same time?
Sometimes.
She nods and shows him her warhammer, offers it over to him.
Meat tenderizer. Very nice.
And he grins. I suppose so.
Have you seen battle?
Many times.
You seem composed from other women that I've met in 10 towns.
Composed as in...
Confident?
Ah, yeah. Oh. I don't know, I guess the travel fighting thing is pretty normal for me.
What is the biggest thing that you've slain?
A giant. An ice giant.
With your friends, I assume.
Yes.
Formidable opponent.
Yes, yes it was.
That's very good.
What about you?
My fear of chewingas.
Wait. What?
I had a horrible fear of chewingas. The tiny elemental folk. Small hands.
Ah. So you got over that?
They are not so bad, but I still don't trust them. They have no gold.
You know, they can give other gifts. I encounter with one. I freed its pet from a trap. And the Chewinga enchanted my weapon, made it stronger, more accurate.
They did that for you?
Because I was nice to it. If you're nice to them, they do nice things for you. If you're not nice to them, they play tricks because they think it's funny.
They threw snowball at me.
They love playing tricks.
It was not funny.
Well, next time, pretend you think it's funny, and do something nice for them, and they'll do something nice for you in return.
Make a persuasion check.
That's a 15.
I will listen to what you say. But they can't touch me with their small hands. I'm still not over that.
I don't think that'll be too much of a problem. They tend to be a bit shy.
One tried to grab me by the ear. And he puts his hand up to his head and kind of covers his ear. His cold, tiny fingers.
Andy just slowly nods as if she's pretending she understands this terror.
Anything else you would like to do before the end of your watch?
Nope.
All right. Third watch. Who was taking up the last one? Was that
I guess that'd be.
Vega? Okay.
What?
And you find yourself taking a watch with one of the bugbears that brought back the food. And he looks you up and down and he says, "Warrior?"
I try to be when necessary.
Big, strong.
Yeah, I try to be when necessary.
You like the cold?
Not particularly, no.
Me either.
Yeah, I'm much more adept to warmer climates myself.
Frost Maiden has done a number on this land. It's different from years past.
Yeah, so I have noticed.
What's your weapon of choice?
Oh. Sorry, I cut out. I just realized. I'll pull out my scimitar and my dagger, and I'll say I tend to use these, or occasionally a bit of spell work.
And his eyes get big, and he says, "Warrior with magic."
Best of both worlds, right?
What kind of magic?
I tend towards fire myself. Feels fitting out in this cold, barren wasteland.
Yeah. Fire's very good. I like fire.
As do I.
Let's see. So he looks back at you and he says, "Tell me, what stories have you have of your tales of adventure?"
Oh, I'm not much for telling tales myself. Very interested in hearing and reading them. But I've had bad experience telling tales in the past, so I tend to steer clear of it at the moment.
Tales are how you are remembered. It's your legacy.
Yeah, well, last tale I told left a bad taste in my mouth, so it might be some time before I start telling them again.
Write your tale. It will be good. I know it. Warrior of Fire.
Well, I appreciate that. I might just have to start writing again soon.
And he wants to, so he looks to you and he says, "Test of strength." So he holds out one hand, looking to try to play a game of mercy.
Yeah, all right.
All right. Go ahead and make a strength check as your hands interlock and engage in mercy.
$19.
You get the upper hand, and you turn his hand over to the side, and you have the lower hand, so you have the leverage to bending him into submission. Make one more strength check with advantage at this point.
$22.
And with this flick of the wrist, you're able to lock him into the unfortunate position that most losers in Mercy find themselves in. And he says, "Mercy, mercy, I yield." Strong, very strong. Is your fire stronger?
Yeah.
Formidable warrior you are. Your tales will stand the test of time. You just need to write them.
I appreciate that, friend.
And he looks to you and he says, "Here, this might help." And as he pulls one of the rings off of his finger and he hands it over to you.
Well, thank you. What exactly is this?
This is a ring of protection. It will protect you in ways that you may not see coming, or make glancing blows miss entirely.
Well, that is very kind of you. I greatly appreciate it.
Use it wisely.
Absolutely.
And now he rests his back up against the wall and turns towards the tunnel, continuing his watch. Is there anything you would like to do before your watch comes to an end?
Oh yeah. I want to start breaking into one of my books. Let's say Magical Wonders of Netheril.
Okay. For that one, give me an intelligence check.
Can do. That would be a dirty 20.
Hey, 1 second. So as you're scouring through this book, there's a lot of interesting things that you come across, but the one thing that really catches your attention is this ancient elven magic and the things they call mythilars. And what these mythilars seem to be are they seem to be enormous crystal balls that are held inside of some sort of pedestal. They levitate about 4 or 5 feet off of the stand itself. And it creates a power source, something that would emit heat on a grand scale. And this type of thing would be similar to having a mini sun in the vicinity.
Well, that's cool.
As you delve deeper, since you got such a high roll, mythilars are known to be able to use the control weather spell, and that spell has a radius of 50 miles.
Oh shit. Okay. Does it go into detail about how to make one of these things?
So a lot of this magic refers back to what's called the weave. So make a history check for this one.
Oh, 10?
Yeah, you're not exactly sure what the weave is, but you're getting the sense that it's kind of like the fabric in between of reality and what is magic, but it's an abstract concept at best for you.
Okay.
I
I would need to increase my knowledge of that in order to understand how these things actually work.
how to make them, at least.
Yeah.
To make them work, with your role, you are aware that it requires about 8 individuals to become attuned to the Mythalar when it's fully constructed.
Damn. Okay. Well, I will keep studying this book for sure, because, dude, if we can control the weather for 50 miles, this region could become a lot less shitty.
Anything else?
No, I will just keep reading that book for the rest of my watch. Also, that ring he gave me, how long does it take to attune?
Just 30 minutes.
Then I will attune to that as well.
All right. Did you add it to your inventory already?
I did.
Okay, very good.
And
So-
I'm just reading what it does, and that is nice.
With that, everyone has achieved the long rest and get the well-needed rest that they've needed. What would you guys like to do?
Well, shall we head straight for good old Dugan's Hole? Oh, cringe. Cool.
That sounds good to me.
All right, well. Then I guess let's depart.
All right. So, you guys make your way back up that tunnel and pull on the rope and surface, and eventually everyone is outside and find yourselves in the wilderness once again. The cutting cold, there doesn't seem to be an active snowstorm at the moment, but you are accompanied by 6 bugbears and Brack. He comes up and he says, 12 gold, first down payment.
I gotcha, and I will give him 12 gold.
Good. Men, listen to this man, as he points to Vega.
All right, if they're all looking at me, then I'll just say, we're going this way.
I'll walk with Vega and assist him with navigating.
All right, go ahead and make your survival checks.
You can do it with advantage, Vega.
Awesome, will do. Good thing too. That's 18.
18. All right.
Could have been.
Could have been what?
7.
Oh, yeah. All right. So you start to head out southwest. But as the weather clears, in the distance, you see Calvin's Cairn off to the west, due west. And with that roll, you would be able to articulate that it might be shorter of a trip through the wilderness if you were to go in that direction and go to Caer Konig instead of back to East Haven.
Yeah, I will relay that to the party.
Always take the shorter trip. That's my motto.
Fine with that.
Well, let's get to it, I suppose.
All right. Let's see. Let's see. So you guys make your way west towards Caer Konig, and you don't seem to be meeting any resistance along the way. The wind is at your backs, much more preferable to walking directly into the wind. The bugbears are holding up the rear and making sure there are no ambushes coming on, doing their best anyway. Let's see. Is there anything anyone would like to do during their travel time?
Nope, Andy's just so focused on navigating.
Yeah, I guess I can't read while I navigate, so I'll do the same.
True. All right. You guys make it about 2 or 3 hours and come across tracks in the snow ahead of you, Vega.
Okay, I will put my hand up for everyone to stop as I see if I can tell what kind of tracks they are.
They're quite large and rounded, with a few indentations for either claws or just frontal nails. They look to be roughly the size of make an investigate or a survival check.
God, it's the rhino.
$23.
23. Roughly the size of a woolly rhinoceros.
Okay. I will tell the party, this appears to be tracks from our woolly rhino friend that we came across.
Oh, maybe we can get
dear.
our rope back.
And my gold.
And with that survival check for checking for tracks, Vega, you also notice 2 other sets of tracks. One of them looks smaller, like some sort of goat, or perhaps a small deer or a fawn. The other seems to be a really long, continuous path that's been carved out, like something was dragging its belly across the way. You're not exactly sure what that could be.
Like a snake, kind of?
Yeah, if you were to say it's about 2 feet wide, this path.
God damn. Okay, I will let the party know all of that too. Yeah, this one looks like it was a goat or a deer or something, but this one I have no idea. It's like if a snake was 2 feet wide.
What a comforting thought.
Yeah, and Sam, are they all heading in the same direction?
Yeah, it seems like they're headed in the direction that you are going.
Interesting. Okay, I will, as long as they're going the same direction we are, I'm gonna keep track of all three of them if I can.
All right.
To clarify, you're going to keep track of the tracks.
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
All right. So, as you guys continue on the path, who are up front? It'd be Vega and Andy. Make a perception check.
I got a 7.
I got a 10.
All right. So you don't notice anything on the horizon, but joining this group of tracks that you've been following with that survival check, another set of tracks have appeared. These are hard to make out, but they look very spindly, like you had made reference to the one large one being a snake. This is like if a bunch of snakes were intertwined and were stamped into the snow and picked up and moved.
Interesting. I'm finding another set of tracks, guys, and these are even more weird. They all appear to be going in the same direction, so I don't know what the fuck we're about to walk into, but it might be something.
Yeah, those don't look like any tracks I've seen before.
So, with that, you guys continue a ways more. And you reach the crest of a hill and you can look onward. I would like everyone to make a perception check as you reach the precipice.
I got a 6.
I got another 7.
5.
6. My highest roll today.
13?
13. All right. As you guys crest over the hill, you see in the distance in kind of this small mini valley, Vega, you spot a walrus.
What?
And it's sitting next to a tree. And you catch the faint glimpse of some sort of goat running around with this walrus.
What? What? A walrus would not be a typical thing to see in this area, would it?
It's very far from water, so you're not exactly sure where it came from.
Hey everyone? Can you all make sure I'm not crazy and tell me, is that a fucking walrus over there?
Andy's gonna look, and can I do some sort of check to see if she has any idea of what might be going on? Like an investigation check, maybe, or a history check?
For this, it would have to be a nature check.
Got a 6.
Yeah, you're as confused as Vega.
Vega, I think we're both crazy.
Can I do a nature check too?
Sure.
Perhaps it's a wanderlust, Russ.
That's actually a 21.
So you know something is definitely amiss. Walruses tend to stick to the coastline, but this one has found itself inland for some unknown reason. You could think possibly if you being a druid, since you know you can convince animals to, or you could talk to animals, if this walrus was convinced to do something, you know, it would participate just fine. They can come inland, they just don't normally do it.
Okay. Then I'll turn to Andy and I'll say, the only thing I can think of is maybe someone convinced it to come inland for some reason, but I don't know what the purpose would be.
Perhaps it was blubbering on too much.
I am just completely stumped. Is there anything else around these creatures?
They're just sitting around a tree.
And how far are they away from us right now?
Probably about 200 feet or so.
And there's no other creatures around them.
Not that you can see.
I'm gonna suggest we just try and approach him, and I'll try and talk to him and see what's going on.
All right. You're just gonna be going normally, or are you trying to stealth across?
Not stealth necessarily, but kind of approach slowly, and if they notice us, make sure to have, like, you know, we mean you no harm gestures at the ready.
Okay. Okay. Very good.
And be ready to cast Speak with Animals at any point, so I can.
So, as you start to make your approach, when you get within 75 feet or so, you catch the attention of the walrus and the mountain goat, and they look directly at you. The walrus looks to you and then looks back to the goat. The walrus looks back at the party and says, "Oh, you're new faces."
To be clear, he says this and everyone can understand it?
Yep.
Okay, then I'm glad I didn't waste a casting. What are you doing here, friend?
We are looking for our rhinoceros friend. He's gone missing.
Okay. We might be able to help you find him. What are you all doing in this area?
Well, we're friends, and friends stick together.
Right, but how did you get here?
I slid. Ha! As he scurries up a small hill, and then he pulls his fins up, or feet, flippers, and he slides down a hill.
Okay, but what brought you this far away from water?
Oh, my good friend, the mountain goat.
How did the three of you become friends?
Oh, well, the mountain goat brought us all together.
How?
Because I thought they were cool. Ugh. And the mountain goat starts to wander over and it kind of throws its chin up at you and looks to the side and says, I don't think I like you guys.
My goodness, they all speak.
It's okay, I like mountain oysters quite a bit.
Why would you say that? We've only just met.
You didn't pass the vibe check.
Oh, is that so?
Oh, I don't know, man. I think they sound okay. I mean, they seem nice. No. Listen. These guys are trying to, put us into a box. You're supposed to stay by the sea. I'm supposed to stay by a mountain. That doesn't vibe with me.
Hey, look, man. You guys can do whatever you want. It's just not a thing we typically see. So I was curious what brought you all together and here.
And plus, you have those bugbears next to you. They're scary, and they'll get us.
They're not gonna get you.
I think it's best that you go back to your box and you return to a town. Stay out of our space.
You're an awfully suspicious fellow. Is your name Zizix?
What kind of a name is Zizix?
Likely a fake one, if I had to guess, but that's not the point.
What is your name, friend?
And who are you asking that to, the mountain goat or the walrus?
The mountain goat, since he was the one talking most recently.
Okay. The mountain goat looks to you suspiciously and he says, well, who wants to know?
Yep, definitely Zizix.
Well, my name is Vega.
You can call me Trotter.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Trotter. Would you like some help finding your rhinoceros friend?
We're just fine. You guys get on back to town before we make you.
That's actually quite amusing. I'm not going to lie.
And what's so funny?
Before he can answer, I'm going to turn to the walrus and say, and what was your name, friend?
Oh, I'm just Wally.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. You have been very kind. As I kind of side-eye the mountain goat.
Kind of.
Yes.
And
Yes.
the mountain goat says, Wally, you just need to leave them alone. Come back here. And if they advance on us, we're going to attack. You understand? Oh, yeah, okay.
Wally, if I might. You seem like a rather intelligent creature of your own, one capable of making your own decision. It sounds like Trotter here is the one trying to keep people in boxes.
Listen, you just gotta stay right there, alright? I'm gonna attack you.
Please, I'd rather not turn you all into boots or coats or anything such as that.
Say, Wally, is there anything special about that particular tree you're next to?
What of it? Oh, I'm sorry, did you say Wally? Or did you say
Sure.
Trotter?
I said Wally.
Oh, no. Why?
I was just curious since the both of you chose to be next to it. I wasn't sure if there was a reason. Just curious. I'm a curious fellow. What can I say?
No reason.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Can I insight check Wally?
You sure can.
19?
19. There's definitely something up with the tree.
No, Wally, dishonesty does not become you.
He is an expert.
And Wally looks back to the mountain goat, and the mountain goat is just staring at Wally. He says, I don't know what you mean. That's... Huh?
Something is going on with the tree. I'm just curious now.
And the mountain goat speaks up, said, Alright, this is a last warning. Take 2 steps backwards right now.
I'm gonna turn to Trotter and say, look, man, none of us are any threat to you unless you make us one. We really don't want that to happen, so please stop threatening us.
And Trotter looks to you and he says, have it your way. As this mountain goat glows faintly and turns into an owl and takes flight.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't quite see that one
more.
coming.
His name probably isn't Trotter either.
And upon seeing that, would I know if it's likely that he's a druid of some sort or some other creature that can change?
You can make a nature check. I'll give that to you with advantage.
$19?
Definitely seems like some type of druid. You recognize the glow of the wild shape. That looked very familiar to you. However, I need everyone to make a dexterity save, as overhead it has begun to hail. And rock hard golf ball to baseball size hail has started to come down upon you.
18.
Andy
Okay.
got a 17.
Okay?
13 Lek.
Alright.
Vega got a 4.
Carcass got an 11, but can I see them coming down?
Yeah, you would hear the first ones hit down in front of you, and you would look up to see where they came from.
Okay, since I can see the effect, can I have my advantage?
Yep, sure can.
That does not help. I still have an 11.
Okay. If you have a 13 or less, you are going to take 2d8 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, balls. Just missed it.
So 4 points of bludgeoning. And 9 points of cold damage. And the area immediately surrounding you is now difficult terrain. And I would like everyone to roll initiative.
I have resistance to cold, right? So I just take 5 of that cold. Is that right?
9. So you would take 4. Round down.
Andy got a 9 for initiative.
1 second while I build this encounter.
Jesus, guys, I AFK for 2 minutes and we're getting attacked. What'd you guys do?
Talk to a pissed off druid goat.
We name dropped you a few times.
Sounds legit.
I just realized we missed the break today.
I figured Billy would have taken care of himself on the break. But if
Yeah.
anyone would like to take a break now quickly, we'll roll initiative and see where we're at from that.
Oh, I'm all good. Just power through.
I was just rolling outside just now. I kind of took my own break. So what was that damage one more time?
That was, I forget the bludgeoning. Was it 5?
I want to say 4, but I'm not positive.
It was 4. The bludgeoning was 4. I
4.
took only
Okay.
5 of the cold damage because I
Okay.
resisted.
4
Oh, 4.
bludgeoning and 9 cold.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, Andy, what did you get for initiative?
9.
9. Carcass?
I got 19.
19. Okay. Zizix?
Also a 9.
9. Vega?
I actually got a nat 20, so 20. Or 19, sorry.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Lek?
12.
Silas?
12 as well.
Right, lots of ties, lots of ties. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to get that again because I messed up. Andy,
I have a 9.
9. Carcass had
19.
19. Zizix,
A 9.
9. Vega,
19.
19. Lek,
12.
12. Silas,
12.
12.
3 ties, that's crazy.
Yeah, I forgot to roll initiative for the monsters before hitting engage, so that's cool.
And all our bugbears.
Yes, I have all your bugbears. They're all going to act on the same turn. Okay.
I feel pretty good about this.
Yeah, you have an army behind you. It should be pretty good. Let's see. I don't have a picture for that one, but I guess I can use a seal in its stead. First up's going to be Carcass.
I would like to hold my action, but I have sent you a message on the chat so you know what I'm going to do.
Okay. Will do.
So mysterious.
The next in initiative would be Vega.
All right. How far up in the air is the owl?
So he would have moved about 50 feet into the air.
And directly above us, more or less?
Not directly above you. That's just where the spell is taking place.
Okay, so how many feet away?
You Pythagorean theorem it. No, I'm just kidding. We'll call it about 60 feet since the hypotenuse is the longer one.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray at him.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
15 does hit.
Awesome.
Roll your damage.
That is 6 fire damage.
6 fire damage. All right. The owl is still flapping around, but it's leaving a trail of smoke as it singed a bunch of its feathers. Next up is Wally. Wally is going to make his way forward.
Oh, real quick, I am going to bonus action healing word myself.
Okay, sounds good. This is not technically Wally, but it's close enough. So there we go. Size him down a bit. He is going to try and let's see. Well, he's gonna do his damn best to charge at you guys, and you guys are about 50 feet away, I think I said. So he's gonna move his full movement and dash, and you just see Wally just flapping around in the snow, just slowly moving his way forward. But next goes to Lek.
Yeah, so I'm gonna Eldritch Blast good old goat who is now owl.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack.
Nat 1, so 8. Good.
You're just horribly rolling today.
Oh my god. Yep. Cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna stay by the bugbears, or go to where they are now that I've missed badly.
Okay.
And
what? You cut out.
I said and scene on my turn.
And scene. All right. That brings us to Silas.
Yes. Can I get to a point where I get Wally and the owl within like 15 feet of me without damaging any of my allies?
No, because the owl is quite a ways above 15 feet. So he would be out of range for anything 15 feet away from you. But I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, I'm really good at those. That's a 6, but -1, so 5.
You find yourself pushed down to the ground as Carcass is looking at you directly.
Oh, hello, old friend. What can I do for you?
I know what you did.
Oh, you mean carrying me? That was a good time, yes.
Oh no, I'll remember now.
Oh, do you now?
Yes, I think I will let these things kill you.
I have a better idea. I'll go ahead and try and charm Carcass.
Okay.
That's a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, that'll probably work. That's an 8.
Carcass, you know I would never harm you, but these things want me dead. Take them out.
Oh, okay.
All right. Anything else for your turn?
Nope, that's all I've got. I'll just, get back up if I can.
Yeah, you could use half your movement to stand back up.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll use the rest of it to just back up a little bit away from Carcass.
It sounds like you have a one charm spell a day upkeep on Carcass now.
Yep. Yeah, I get it as a racial thing, so if I can do it once a day, then that hopefully lasts long enough.
All right. Next up will be Andy. Or Zizix, actually, if you want to take your shot now. Miranda stepped away
Physics
for
can
a
go
second.
ahead. I was moving my computer to the other room, so I'm still setting it up.
Was that the conversation between Silas and Caucus within earshot?
Oh yeah, Carcass was quite loud with it.
I am going to turn my attention on Silas now, and middle of battle. I don't care. What did you do to him?
I stopped him from killing Adriana.
What? Why would he do that?
Because Adriana cannot keep her hands to herself.
Am I able to talk right now, babe?
Reaction, go for it.
Okay. Andy's gonna say quietly to Zizix, I cleaned out his bag for him because it reeked, and he's really angry about it. I didn't realize he'd get that upset.
Just in kind of disbelief as to this little bombshell here, Zizix is probably just going to not do anything combat-wise this turn. Just
Okay.
kind of trying to figure out what to make of it.
Okay. Then Andy, you can take your turn.
Oh, okay. How far am I from the closest
The closest, the druid is in the air. If you suspect Wally of also being a druid, he is about 25 feet away.
druid? Nah, I'm gonna cast. Am I 120 feet from the druid flying?
Yeah, you're within that range.
I'm gonna cast a level 2 guiding bolt at him.
Okay.
Ugh, I rolled an 8.
That will fly just north of your target, and it will miss.
Feeling that pain.
Yep. That's my
Anything
turn.
else?
Well, does anyone look really badly hurt?
A lot of people did take a good bludgeoning from the ice storm, so some people could use healing, I'm sure.
Who looks really banged up? She's doing this by eyeballing the party.
Carcass took the full brunt of it, I think.
Okay. In that case, I forget. Do you permit 2 spells when I have a bonus action healing word?
No, I think that's a critical role thing.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Never mind. That's all I can do.
Yeah, I think official rules are if one's a cantrip for your main
Oh,
action.
that's right.
I think.
That is correct. One of them has to be a cantrip, and you can use your action and your bonus action to
Okay.
cast it.
Oh. Then I shouldn't have gotten my healing word. Because I had cast Scorching Ray.
That's a cantrip, right?
Scorching Ray? No, that's a second level.
Oh. Yeah, it's fine. We'll roll with it.
Okay, but in the future, I will not be able to do that.
All right. So go ahead, Andy.
Oh no, that's okay. You don't have to give it to me. I'm good.
No, if that's official rules, that's what we're going by.
I didn't cast a cantrip. Guiding bolt is level spell.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right. Anything else then? Instead?
All I have.
Okay. Next up will be the druid's turn. Let's see. Not sure who he's going to target yet. Let's see. Let's roll for it. 2. Give me, there is no transparency on this creature yet. I needed to fix that, but I did not have time. Random encounter. So the druid is going to fly by, and it will try to attack. Let's see. It'll be Andy, because Andy made contact with her attack. And that is going to be only a 10 to hit. I assume that misses.
That misses.
Okay. And it's going to fly out of your range. So if you would like to use your reaction to attack, you can do so.
Can I do another spell?
As a reaction?
Yeah.
If you have a spell that is a reaction.
Because it's not in melee, is it? So I can't use my weapons.
It was. It came down to slash at you with its beaks.
Oh, in that case, I'm gonna smack it in the face with my warhammer.
Yeah.
That's an 18.
That will hit. Roll your damage.
Ugh, minimum damage, 4 damage.
4 damage as you see the owl just vanish, and you see this frost druid appear in front of you and tumble down the hill a little bit and regain its composure and stand up, and it says, "You shall leave this place." That's it for its turn. Next up, the tree starts to move towards you as it starts walking. The roots supplanted from the ground, and you see the tree pulling the leaves away from its face, and it says, "You must leave this place.
Oh, bother.
Go away." And it will be able to make an attack against... It's going to go for Lek.
Just my
No,
luck.
no, you went to the rear. You went to the rear. Sorry.
Right, I'm a little pansy. Get it right.
It will go for Vega at this point.
Hooray!
That's going to be a 15 to hit.
That will not hit.
Okay. So one half of the tree's limbs brush across you, and you're able to step back and just be out of reach. And its turn is over. So now it will be the bugbears. And Brock looks to the rest of the bugbears and yells, "Charge!" Sorry, Brack. So let's see. There are going to be a number of attacks on this druid that is now on the ground and in a very vulnerable position for melee combat. So let's see. There it is. Right. Melee weapon attacks. That is a hit. That's one hit. That is another hit. It's a miss. 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 Hit and a crit. All right. So let's see. Damage on that. That's 10. Plus 2 is 12. Ooh. 16 plus 2 is 18. So that makes that 30 just with 2. That was not the crit. 37. 43 and the critical hit. The critical hit did near max damage for a grand total of 73 points of damage.
Damn.
Damn.
To who?
To the Frost Druid. And the Frost Druid has been beaten to a pulp by a bunch of bugbears with axes and mauls, and it lays flat on the ground, just bleeding profusely.
I could have done that.
12 gold, well spent, I guess.
Yeah, no joke. They just curb stomped that fucker. God damn.
And as the bugbears continue to just waylay combat onto this druid well after it's motionless and dead, Brack looks back to the party and gives a big thumbs up.
That's what I call a brattack.
Thanks, guys.
Good
And-
job. Good job, guys.
And now Wally looks around and he says, "Wait, I liked you guys."
And I'm gonna yell out at Wally, "We didn't want this! He kind of fucking insisted."
That is true. He did start shit. He couldn't back it up.
Well, I didn't want to fight, but I felt like I had to.
Yeah, he probably compelled you to magically somehow.
Oh shit, speaking of that, Carcass, hold back.
Oh, okay.
I'm very proud of you. You would have absolutely made a mess of that walrus. I'm certain of it.
Oh, yes, I did want to splatter his blood all over.
Well, I may have something for you very soon.
And Wally, after hearing what Carcass was going to do, he said, "Oh no, oh no." And he turns around and he starts very violently trying to run away. And the tree says, "No, little one, he is not going to hurt you. It seems that his friends are restraining him." Oh, well, if that's the
They're not
case...
all my friends.
Well,
I'm your best friend, Carcass.
Oh, okay.
and the tree looks back and he says, "Do you mean harm to this little one?"
Absolutely not. We didn't mean harm to that one until he attacked us. As I point to the frost druid still probably getting fucked up by the bugbears.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing.
Yep.
And the awakened tree reaches down and grabs the walrus and wraps him in his limbs. And he pulls him up and he says, "Let's bring you back to the ocean."
Pardon me, Mr. Tree.
Branch. You can call me Brant.
Wonderful. Can you tell us what the hell just happened?
This druid, as he motions over to the druid that is now just a pool of blood and bone, gave us sentience, and we were bound to it. There are many like this druid in the wilderness, with other awakened creatures. Be careful. But with such brutality, maybe not so careful.
I see. So what will you do now with your sentience and no master, as it were?
I suppose I will make like a tree and leave.
Wonder. Well, I wish you all the best, friend.
What is your name, friend?
My name is Vega.
Vega. The spirits of nature are within you. But you do not have the same composure as that one.
No, I tend to try to coexist with nature, not command it.
You attract more flies with honey than a sticky trap.
Absolutely. You attract more bees with cranberries.
Cranberries.
Damn straight.
Yeah, who knew?
Not me. I'm just a tree.
Well, you learn something new every day, friend.
It's not every day that I was able to learn. But now that I'm awoken, perhaps. Wally, let us be on our way, friend. Wave goodbye. Bye, guys. And Wally's in the grasp of the tree still, and he's flapping his fins around.
Andy waves back at him.
I wish you all the best, Wally. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
You too. Look out!
That was fucking weird.
Talk about barking up the wrong tree.
10 out of 10. I rate that very well.
Thank you.
So, with Wally and the tree, Brant making their way out of sight, you guys would like to continue the journey, I suppose?
Yeah. Yes.
Onward.
So, Brack calls his men. He says, "Regroup! We move!" As you guys leave the bloody pool of what was once a frost druid behind.
Jeez.
Yeah, I might search whatever's left of him before we go.
Oh, okay. Sure. Let's see. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
$16?
16. You see a sickle made of ice that has been chipped away. But it looks like this was a cultivated weapon of this frost druid. Among the bloodied ruin, you find a small pouch that's full of druid spell components that you are quite familiar with. Sprigs of various types of plants, and you actually find some bees and insect of some sort, a very tiny one, perhaps a mite or a flea that is in there, a couple of beetles, a number of different druid spell components inside of this pouch, but nothing of value, as it seems.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take the spell components, add them to my own.
As you loot this corpse, the winds start to gust.
I swear to God, if he's protected by a will-o-wisp,
The snow starts to launch
Karma
And-
wisp.
and creates almost like a snowy wall, and soon after it's just a vortex of snow and a roaring wind, and you hear a voice speaking.
You have made an enemy of one of my followers, and you have killed them. This is not the first time. I'll be watching, and I am not amused.
Cool story.
The coldest of stories.
And
And as the... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to inquire as to the identity of this mystery voice.
You dare ask the name of the keeper of the Icewind Dale.
And as you start to look around, you see this six-pointed snowflake enlarged to be about a foot long in each side, start to emanate around near the edges of the snow vortex.
They call me Oral, the Frost Maiden. And you are on thin ice.
Ooh, good one.
that was a good one. I got chills.
Dare to make another oral sex joke?
I wasn't planning on it.
I personally thought the pun blew, but, you know.
It wasn't me.
You.
And with that simple command, Silas, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I'm really good at those, too. Yeah, that's a 7.
You see that your boots are starting to encircle themselves in ice. And they're growing up your legs, and you feel the coldest that you have ever been. You take 4 points of cold damage. Very low on those dice. But through time, it starts to completely restrict your movement.
Make a mockery of me again, and I'll put you on top of my statues as my newest collection.
Noted. However, I fully intend to die as I live. full of indignity and sass.
I will be seeing you again soon. All of you. If you meddle in my affairs, I will have no choice but to bring down the wrath of the frost upon you.
Will there be food?
We have ice cream in the back.
Okay, as long as there is meat.
And as quickly as it came to be, the snow flurry wall recedes, and the six-pointed snowflake fades from view.
So, looks like we just met a fake god. Lysander, what did you feel about that?
I think he's speechless.
Can I move my legs again?
I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
Andy will try and chip away some of that ice with her hammer. Not obviously not hard enough to break his legs.
That's
but
a 16.
16. That is a successful save, and the ice stops growing up your legs, and with Andy's assistance, you are able to break free.
That was horseshit. I feel it's very important that we point that out.
What is horseshit?
Just all that frost, honestly. But, looks like we've garnered the attention of Orel, so that's something. It must mean we're doing something right if we're pissing off a demigod.
Well, you're not wrong.
Yeah, that's not the first we've seen ever.
Have you ever had such direct contact with her before?
Yeah, I almost lost an ear because I made a blowjob joke about her name.
Ah, I see.
So, it's a touchy subject then. You could have warned me, but alright.
Yeah, well, heat of the moment and all that. Or cold of...
Oh, yes, of course, yes. We've all been lost with Orel in the heat of the moment. I understand fully. I don't blame you.
Anything else from you guys?
Let's keep going.
With the blowjob jokes? We probably could.
No, with our journey.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever heard the tale of Cinderella?
Andy looks at Silas with a very suspicious expression. Is this a blowjob joke?
It could be.
Ugh.
And that's going to be where we end our session tonight.
Yay!
Where's the It's Always Sunny theme?
Well, once again, thanks everybody for coming by and watching throughout the session. We really appreciate it on our 31st episode, which happens to be a Prime number. Oh, and if you got Amazon Prime sub to give, just, hit that subscribe button and subscribe free with Twitch Prime. It's completely free to you, and it helps us, because eventually one of these characters is going to have to be replaced. So, we would like to be able to have that character art ready to go. In any case, thanks everyone for stopping by. I thought that was a great session. What did you guys think?
Oh,
I had a great time.
Good stuff.
Might I say, touche, touche.
It sucks, doesn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, I knew I'd get mine back.
I just gotta figure out which one of you all I like the least, because I gotta blame someone so I can keep Andy alive, so.
Sweet, that means it's not me.
You're the only healer we have, so you know.
I can heal.
True. All right. Yeah. So can I, but I kind of choose not to most times.
But all right. Thanks everyone again for stopping by throughout the show, and if you missed any of it, you'll catch it tomorrow on YouTube. Go into the links below. We'll upload at 7 p.m. tomorrow as a premiere, and afterwards it will be freely available as a VOD. If you would like to join a great community on Facebook that shares a bunch of great memes and contests and really thought-provoking posts that go about the context of D&D, join the Tavern D20 on Facebook. Give that a search or click the link in the chat and join up. It's a great little community. It's very inclusive and it's full of great people.
We'd love to have you.
Absolutely. But for now, I'm Samson Paul with the rest of the party, and we wish you a good rest of your night.
Good night.
See ya.
Alright.
Nighty night.